Yes. So no need for dragging and dropping. You can click and you can select it here. For example, I want sum of the net profit. Select the net profit here. So no need to drag and drop. And where is that formatting? Suppose I want to do some formatting here. I want to put the data table here, data label here. I want to do something. Unfortunately, you didn't find a tab called as formatting. Right? If you click on the formatting, you will do the formatting. But where is that formatting tab? It's next to your screen. So we can see there is an option available. Next to here, you can see the formatting. Next to here, you can see there is an option available here. So if I expand it, you can see the formatting and other options are available here. If I expand it, the formatting and other options are available here. So this will happen in near future. You cannot use it now. Now you cannot use it because it's a preview feature. So if it's a preview feature, you can check this, how it's working. You can check this maybe near future, maybe in October, November month. When you come for the same training program in October or November, or this is October, maybe in November, so you may get this new features. So that's what I'm saying. Please use it frequently. Please use Power BI more frequently. If you are not using, as I indicated yesterday, suddenly you will get surprised, suddenly you will get shocked also. The entire screen would have changed here. Don't get surprised, don't get shocked if you are not using for 2 or 3. At least practice it frequently. Every month or every week, at least try to do some reports, try to practice some reports. Okay? Right. Yeah, I will share you the course content also, sir. The live tutorials of Microsoft link also I will share it. Anyway, I am with you. I will be here. Every month, at least 4 days, 5 days, I am here. Or I have already given my contact details, email ID, website, mobile number. You can approach me, you can call me, you can mail me whenever you have doubts, questions, and so. Before that, you practice it first. First, try to clear it within yourself. If you are not able to clear it, then come to me. I will try to clear it. Okay. Now let us bring back the normal feature. I don't want the preview feature now. So go to File and go to Options and Settings. Options. And disable that preview feature, which is not required. Just for checking, I have enabled this preview feature. Now let me disable that preview feature. So go to that preview features. Which one I have enabled this? I think I have enabled this on object interaction. Let me select the on object interaction and I say OK. Yes. And I am saving and I closing this Power BI because it has to be restarted. Okay. As I indicated, this is our first level of session today, yesterday and today. Second level, we have another session, I believe, which is scheduled to start from the January month. This December month, almost all the first level session will be over. In January month, you will be starting the second level of session. Before starting the second level of session, anyway, I think one day they have given some recap or handshake things. What are all the things we have learned in first level? We'll do a small recap, then we'll have a separate 2 days of session of second level. Of second level, we are going to see in-depth of DAX, advanced level of formulas, functions, and advanced level of reporting also. Right. Now, let us move on to the second sheet or file. We have a file called as 02 warehouse sales. There is a file called as 02 warehouse sales. So please open that 02 warehouse sales. Now, I can see there are 4 different sheets. In sheet number 1, we have Chennai, where I can see there are some columns available. SKU code, warehouse and depot, and day, month, year, and dealer name, a product variant, unit sold, MRP, and net sales. So there is some columns available in sheet called as Chennai. When I go to the next sheet, Bangalore, here also I can see same kind of data, but there is one more small challenge here. One more extra column available called as discount. There is a column called as discount at the last. And when I go to the next sheet, Delhi, I can find out the discount, but unfortunately discount is not my last column. Discount is somewhere else in the middle. Maybe in column number H. In the earlier sheet, it's available in column number K. Now it's available in column number H. And when I go to the next sheet, Pune, one small challenge is this column. The first column was interchanged here. Warehouses as the first column, SQ is the second column. So there is a difference. Most of the data are identical, but some columns are interchanged and some extra columns are available. Now, we want to consolidate all the 4 sheets. Almost all the sheets are identical. All the 4 sheets are identical. we are going to combine all the 4 sheets and we have to make it as a new report now. Combine all the 4 sheets and we have to convert it as new report. So I want to know what is the warehouse wise, what is the sum of total sales. So we are going to create a report. So tell me, forget about Power BIs and Power Queries. Could you tell me, normally how can I combine 4 or 5 sheets and make it as one sheet? Normally, how do we do it? So we have to copy and paste it in a single sheet. Very good. But once again, before copying and pasting, you have to rearrange the column first, because the columns are in a different location. One is in I, another one is in J, H. The columns are interchanged. First, we have to rearrange the column. As you told, you have to copy and paste, which we have to do it for every month. Because this data is available to only till June or July. Suppose now August, September, October, November, December, some months are adding here. Every time whenever the data is added, you have to copy and you have to paste and you have to create it, which is a tedious job and toughest job. Let us see how Power BI and Power Query is going to help us to consolidate these multiple sheets. So before that, let me close this Power BI file. I am closing this Power BI file, Excel file. Control W. It's better to close the file because it may throw some error when you are connecting it, when you are uploading or downloading, it may give an error. So I closed that Excel file and let me open this Power BI desktop. So I'm opening this Power BI desktop. Yes. So there are 3 methods of getting the data. There is one more method to get the data. 4th method. No need to go inside Power BI and get the data. You can see on the starting itself, there is an option available where there is an option where we can get the data. So you can go to the blank document, blank report and get the data, or straight away you can see the Excel workbook is available. You can get the data from here also. This is the 4th method to get the data, which we didn't explore yesterday. After opening the file, you can go to File, Get Data, Home, Get Data, or Canvas area, Get Data. This is another method. You can get the data straight away from here. So let us use this feature. So I am going to get the data from Excel workbook. No need to go to blank document, Home tab and Get Data. You can get the data straight away from here. Excel workbook. So yes.
Columns are somehow identical. What if
Yes.
you have to compare 3 different net profits?
We'll do that. Now we'll deal with identical, non-identical, different column. We'll see it in the next part. We'll see that. Yes. Excel workbook. Now I am clicking on Excel workbook and I select that file 02 warehouse sales. I'm selecting 02 warehouse sales. Open. First time we are going to deal with multiple sheets. So I click on that, I selected that warehouse file where all the 4 sheets are displayed here. Could you tell me what is the easiest or simplest method to select all the 4 sheets here? Here you can go to the left hand side and you can make a check mark, that's okay. Since we have 4 sheets, it's very easy. Suppose assume I have 20 sheets here. So I cannot go to all the 20 sheets and go to the left hand side, tick, 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 tick. 20 times I have to make a check here, which is a tedious one. Instead, what you do is, don't go to the left hand side corner. Don't go to the left hand side corner. Because if you go to the left hand side corner, it may not select properly. Instead of the left hand side corner, somewhere else on the center or right hand side, maybe on the center, I'm coming somewhere else here. Click on the first sheet, that's Bangalore. Hold the shift key. Hold the shift key and select the last one, Pune. So now all the 4 sheets will get selected. As I told, don't go to the left hand side corner here. What will happen if I go to the left hand side corner is, when I go to the left hand side corner of the checkbox and I click here and I hold the shift key and I click on Pune, you can see unfortunately one sheet is getting unselected. Sometimes you may miss out the sheet here. That's the reason I'm saying not to go to the left hand side corner, go place somewhere else on the center of the sheet and go to the, hold the shift key and select the last sheet. So all the 4 sheets or 40 sheets or 100 sheets will get selected. That's the easiest method. Instead of checking each and every sheet, this is the simplest and easiest method. Select the first sheet, hold the shift key, select the first sheet. Okay. Now tell me what could be my next step. Transform data. Excellent. So let us click on transform data. So I click on.
There is a folder 0 to
Hmm.
in that if we do right click,
Hmm.
transform root option.
No, it will show you only the rows and columns available in that file. It will not show you the data available in that file. If we select, you are saying this, you have to select this, then right click. If you go to the transform, I will show you that. If you go to the transform, it will not show the data, it will show what are all the sheets and tables available. It will not show you the data. It will, you can, if I export it, only this will be exported. Name of the sheets, name of the file, name of the table, which is not the right one, right? We have to get the entire sheets, all the sheets I wanted. There are data available in each and every sheet. Okay, so let me redo it again. So because I don't require this, so I'm not doing it now. So let us redo it. Discard the changes because we don't want this. So let me get the data again. Go to Home tab, Excel workbook, select that warehouse sales, open. It will go to the navigator. Under navigator, select the first sheet, hold the shift key, select the last sheet. All the 4 sheets. Say, now tell me what has to be done. Load or transform? Transform. I recommend always to go with the transform. So it loads into Power BI now, Power Query. And it shows all the 4 sheets on the left hand side. You can see Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune. So before consolidating, before combining the data, please check for the 3 things. Could you tell me what are all the 3 things we have to check? Green? Okay, we have to check whether everything is green. Second, heading is correct. Third, data type. Data type. Perfect. So let me try that. So I'll go to Bangalore. I think all are greens. My columns are all green. Perfect. I think yesterday we have enabled this column quality. Still it's available, right? So if I enabled yesterday, we have gone to view tab and we enabled this column quality. You can see the column quality is still available. It's a default one. From now, until you uncheck this column quality will be visible here. So I checked with the Bangalore.
Sir, I'm having only 7 or 8 columns.
Okay.
So I want to check all the green or not. So I have to scroll manually. This side, that side. Without scrolling, how can I check all the sheets are green?
I told you yesterday. I have written this to Microsoft also to display whether the green column separately, where there is a gray column, display it separately, or bring all the green or red column on the first so that we can indicate it right. As of now, they didn't do it. I have written already 1 year before to Microsoft. I don't know when they will upgrade it. As of now, no other go. You have to check 7 columns. Okay, 30 columns also. You have to do that same thing. You have to check whether everything is green. Anyway, if you are not, if you after this, if you are loading, it will throw an error. There is a problem in column number 26. Then you have to come back and solve it. So straight away, there is no option here, unfortunately. Okay, so I have selected with the Bangalore and Chennai. I am checking with Chennai also. I think Chennai is everything is green. Heading is perfect. Data type is correct. Yes. I come. Will wait. And check the other 2 sheets also. You can check the other 2 sheets. Why is your imported?
How much?
I recommend not to open multiple Power BI at a time. Power BI software is little bit heavier compared to Excel and other software. It's little bit heavier. So don't open multiple Power BI at a time. It may slow down your system process also. So better open one Power BI at a time. It's not like Excel. 10 years or 15 years before, Excel was very slow. You cannot open 10 Excel file at a time. Now Excel you can open 100 files also because it has become very lighter nowadays. Same like Power BI. Compared to 5 years before, I think now it's better. Gradually they will make it as lighter. As of now, it's little bit heavier. So don't open multiple Power BI at a time. It may occupy more space on your RAM and it may slow down your system speed. So I have opened a fresh new file and we got the data from that fresh new file and I got 4 sheets. I checked with the Bangalore. Bangalore sheet is perfect clean. No problem. No green or red. No gray or red. All are greens. And heading is correct. Data type is correct. Chennai, same thing.
We need to do it for entire.
Yes.
1,000 rows.
No, by default, I think we have lesser than 1,000 rows here. So I think we have only less than, some rows are very lesser here. We don't have more than 1,000. But column quality, you have to decide, sir. If you want to do it for the entire 1,000 rows, we can do it. That's the entire data set, you can do it. That's your wish. Correct. By default, it will happen automatically. First 4 steps will happen automatically. Source data. First 4 steps, by default, it automatically promotes. Sometimes, if it is not promoting, last session, what has happened is there is an extra heading. We have typed it manually. So that heading was promoted, which is not a right one. We promoted one more headers. But here, there is no problem. It has automatically promoted. It automatically changed the data type also. These 3 steps will be automatically done by Power Query normally.
Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune like that. Some cases I am having India, Japan like that. So the cost, currency is different. JPY, Euro like that. I combine all the sheet in here.
Currency format will be different. The amount will be different. It will display here at 1,000. There will be 2,000.
Normally we will do convert in Excel sheet.
You have to convert it and you have to have it. It will not convert here. It will not convert. How do we know? How do the system knows the exchange rate? It may be different from day by day also. Better to convert it and bring it here. Whenever you get refresh, it will get updated. So you should get one currency format. That is either INR, either USD in one column. Other columns you can have a different. You show me the data, I will tell you how to do that.
So manually I need to do.
Correct. Because exchange rate system will not know it. You have to convert that exchange rate. Right. Now I have Delhi and I am selecting with Pune also. And I check with Pune. I think Pune is also fine. I hope so. Yes, the data is correct. Heading is correct. Data type is correct. Perfect. Now we are going to consolidate all the 4 sheets and make it as one sheet. There are 2 methods to do this. I will explain both the method. You tell me which could be the right method. So let me go to the Home tab. So we are in Power Query. Let me go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, there is a separate group available called as Combine. Separate group. 3 options are available under Combining. Merge Query, Append Query, Combine Files. We'll see all the 3 one by one. I will explain what is the usage of Merge Query, Append Query and Combine Query. Now, if the data are identical, if it is available in multiple sheets, then we have to go with Append Query. But under Append Query, when I click on Append Query, if I click it, there are 2 options available. Append Query as new. I will explain what is the usage of Append Query and Append Query as new. If I select Append Query, what it will do is, where is my cursor now? My cursor is now in Pune. So what will happen is when I select Append Query and I append the Bangalore, Chennai and Delhi, below Pune, Bangalore will get appended. Below Bangalore, Chennai will get appended. Below Chennai, Delhi will get appended. If I go for this Append Query. But if I go for Append Query as new, it will create a new sheet or new query here. And all the 4 sheets will get appended here. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune will get appended in a new sheet. If I select this one. Tell me which one is better. Can I go for append query or append query as new? Append query as new. Very good. That's always better because if we append everything into Pune, I don't know which is my master data. So we may get confused. So better to put it in a new. Better. So let us go with this new. Append query as new. I think it's a wizard. Step by step, it's straightforward. You can help me here. So I'll go to the append query as new. Yes. It's opening a dialog box. Now tell me what could be my next step? 3 or more tables. Superb. Already you can see Pune is appended because my cursor was in Pune. That's why it was appended. Now let me select other 3 cities. Bangalore. Holding the shift key or control key, you can select the other 3 cities. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. So I selected all the 3 cities. If you want to add Pune, I think it's already added. It's not required to be added. If you added also, you can remove it. Suppose knowingly, unknowingly, I have selected Pune also. Here 4 cities, okay. Suppose I have 20. Unknowingly, I selected 20 cities and 1 city is already added here. Can I remove it? Yes. So I have selected all the 4 cities and I click on append. All the 4 cities are getting appended here. But Pune has been appended twice. Will it throw an error? No, not at all. It doesn't throw an error. It will get appended. 2 times it will get repeated. That's the problem here. So what we can do is one thing I can remove it. Suppose this Pune I don't want it. Select this. Scroll down. There is an option called as remove. And there is an option of up and down. What is this up and down? First let me remove this. First Bangalore is available. Suppose I don't want Bangalore on first. I want Chennai should come on first. So I can move Chennai to the top. Will it make any difference on the reporting? Not at all. Just for our convenience, we are placing Chennai on the first, Bangalore on the second. That's all. It doesn't make anything on your reporting. That's it. It's very simple. That's it. Say OK. We have added whatever the columns or whatever the sheets you want to append. It is appended here. That's it. Simply say OK. Yes. So it has appended all the 4 sheets and made it as a single sheet. How will be the column? Based on the first sheet which you have selected. How it was in the first sheet. First sheet we have SKU code first and warehouse second and day first and month second. At last you can see everything is getting appended. And there is an extra column called as discount. So this discount was not in Chennai. That's why you can see there is a gray. All the other data you didn't get the gray because other cities, Bangalore, Delhi and Pune, we had the discount, so it was filled. We didn't have a column called as discount, so it has appended as null here. So how do I know that all the 4 sheet was appended? Very simple. Click on this warehouse and depot and click on this filter here. Yes. You can see Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune. All the 4 sheets was appended into single sheet. Please don't load it. We have to do further more activity before loading. Please wait. Combining multiple sheets, it's very simple and very easier here.
Sir, so in this case, errors are identical.
Correct.
Right? Could be any spelling mistake.
Then it will put it as a separate column. If, for example, if there is dealer name. So one sheet it was just a dealer. So dealer name will be a separate column, dealer will be a separate. So here, wherever that data is available, it will fill it, otherwise it will say gray. We can combine it. I will tell you how to combine and how to merge columns. You are going to see that. Or one method is before appending, if you find there is a problem in your source data, here come here. And suppose there here is dealer, then there is a dealer name, double click and rename the columns. In Power Query itself. Rename the column, then append it. Then it will combine. Okay. So let me give some meaningful name for this sheet. The appended sheet. I want to give some meaningful name. It says append 1. So right click on this and I give some meaningful name. Rename. Right click, rename, and I can give some meaningful name. This is warehouse sales. All warehouse sales. I have given some meaningful name for it. Now, You help me here. You suggest me here. Suppose I forgot to add one sheet, or now I want to add a sheet, I want to remove the sheet. I don't want this Pune to be appended to my sheets. I don't want it. I want only the 3 sheets to be added here. So how can I modify this now? Any idea? How do we modify this? Super. Go to the source. On the source, you can see there is an option called as settings, the applied steps. So which source you have to go? The source will be available in all the 4 sheets. Which source? Applied steps will be available in all the 4 sheets. If you go to this Bangalore also, you will have that applied steps. Chennai also we have the applied steps. We have to go to the warehouse sales, that consolidated sheet, that appended sheet. There you can see the applied steps and you can click on the settings. So the same settings will be opened here. Now you can add or you can remove your columns also. That's the power of this query settings and applied settings. Okay? Right. Actually, I got an update today. I don't know whether Power BI has updated the October version. I have to check. Because after restarting only it will get installed. So I got an update today. I don't know. We will check. I restart only whether the October month. Normally, as I indicated, every month between 10th and 20th they will release an update. We'll see. Right. I told you not to load this. Why? Discount we have empty. Say, let us solve that. Go to that discount column. How can I replace all the null? There is no discount for Chennai. So I want to replace it with something like 0. So no discount, so let us put a 0. Because when I calculate, when I put a sum or average, if I put a null, it will throw some error. So I want to find out sum of discount. It may throw an error. Chennai we don't have a discount, so let us replace it with 0. So you know how to do that? Right click on the column, then replace values, and a null has to be replaced with 0. Don't replace it with a text, because you can see this column discount is as per the number format here. It's a number data type. You cannot give a text here. If I type some text here, suppose I replace with something like no discount. I'm putting something like no discount. You can see it will throw some error. The OK is graded out. So OK is graded out. You cannot give some text here. No text is allowed because this column is the data type of number. So you cannot type a text. It should be number. 0. Yes. Okay. Now, still I'm saying don't load it. Still I'm saying don't load it. The reason is, in this appended sheet, I can see there is a column available, date, month and year. Date is in a day. Day is in a separate column, month is in a separate column, year is in a separate column. So we want to combine all these 3 things and I want to make it as a date. So I want to convert it as a date. So that when I create a report, we can make a drill down. Yesterday we did it. When I click on year, quarter, month, day. So I want to create a report like this, drill down reports. So then this column has to be converted into a date format. So we have to combine all these 3 columns and make it as one column, which should show me a date format, which should show me a date, so that I can create a report very easily without disturbing your source data. Normally, if you are using Excel, we have to use some function like concatenate, combine, ampersand, but still it is not converted into a date format. You have to convert it again. But that conversion will happen only in the next column. You can combine 3 columns and you can get another new column. But in Power Query, we have an advantage here. So please listen to this. Maybe after this also, you are going to help me based on this. There are 2 options available. To write a formula or a function, in Power Query, we have 2 options. One is you can write the formula or function under the Transform tab. Under the Transform tab, we have various formulas and functions, replacing the value, splitting the value, combining, adding, rounding, date function. All type of functions are available under Transform. Similarly, under Add columns also, same kind of formulas and functions will be available. So almost all the formulas will be similar in Transform and Add. But what is the difference between Transform and Add? For example, I want to combine all these 3 columns, day, month and year. 3 plus 1, I want to get an extra column here. So I want to combine day, month and year. Combine, we want an extra column. 3 plus 1, fourth column. Then we have to go to the tab called as add column. 3 plus 1. If you want an extra column here, or 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 4 plus 1, plus 1. Always plus 1. It will create one more extra column if I click on add column. But there is an option available, transform. What this transform will do is, if you have 2 columns or 3 columns or 1 column, it will do it in the same area. All the 3 columns will be merged and you will get only 1 column here. So that is transforming. Not 3 plus 1. 3 merged into 1. 3 will turn 3 equal to 1. 3 will be converted into 1 column. So tell me which one is better here. Transform. Because I don't want an extra column. Unwantedly 3 plus 1 fourth column. Why to increase our file size? Sometimes it's required extra column. For example, I want to add sales, all the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, January, February, March sales. I want the extra total sales in some other column. I want January month also, February month also. I want the extra column called as total sales. In that case, I think we can go for add column. We'll see when we can use the add column. Now what you said is correct. Transform. So before transforming, select these 3 columns. How is your date format? As per my system, I have date first, month next, year third. So select it in the same order. Day first, month second, year third. Suppose some system, US format. I have month first, day next, year third means select month, select day, select year. So as per your system format. I believe here February, January, so it's first day. My system is having day, month, year. So let me select day first, month next, year third. Now as you are rightly indicated, we'll go to transform. We'll go to the column tab called as transform. Under the tab of transform, there is an option available, merge columns. Equivalent to using concatenate function, equivalent to using ampersand function in Excel. But that too will happen in some other column. It will not happen in the same column. That's an advantage of this Power Query. So go to transform, merge columns. So when you click on merge column, it's asking what could be the separator between that columns. After day, what is the separator you want? After month, what is the separator you want? Let us go with the separator which I have it on my system. I think in my system I have 15 hyphen. So I will go with the hyphen itself. I will go with the hyphen. Unfortunately, hyphen is not available under the separator. So what I can do is custom and I will type a hyphen here. Then I will give a name for that column. What is the column? This 3 column will be merged into what column? What could be the name of the column? Date. But I recommend not to just give a column name called as date. Nor I recommend it. If you want to give, you can give it. Because there is a data type called as date. So system should not get confused. So better try to have some prefix and suffix with the date. Sales date, purchase date or something. I will say SQU date or sales date or anything. Some date. Don't just give a date. Because date, there is a data type called as date itself. So system should not get confused. That's why I am giving some other meaningful. Or yes date, sales date, purchase date, warehouse date, some date. Say okay. Yes. So you can see all the 3 columns as merged. Now you got it as one single column. One single column. So it has merged into a single column called as SQU date. So there is a column, a separate column, 3 merged into 1. But still I cannot load this. Superb. This has to be converted into date data type. How do we do it? Normally 90% Power Query will convert your into date format. But here it's not converting. So what can I do now? You are saying this one. But that's a third method. First I told you 90% Power Query will change. If the Power Query is not changing, we can give one more chance to Power Query to change it. Third method, what he said is correct. Still Power Query is not changing. You can go here to that ABC and you can change it to date. So you missed the second one. Which one? We are giving a second chance to Power Query. Yesterday I think we did this. Go to transform data. Under transform data, we have an option called as Detect it. Give one more chance to Power Query whether it's detecting. If it is not detecting, then go for the third one. Forcefully, manually, we will change. First, let me try with the second one, whether it's working or not. Detect data type. Yes, it has worked. It has detected it. It has converted my date into a proper data form because I'm getting a calendar here on the SQL date. If it is not detecting, then you have to follow the third method. So third method, when we can use, we'll see it today, how to use the third one also. First one, normally it will find it 99%, 90%. If it is not finding, second chance, 95%. Third chance, manually we will convert it. I think second chance, it has converted. So it has turned into a proper data type. Go to transform. Under transform, you have to click on this detect data type. So second, select the column and go to detect data type. You have to select that column and go to detect data type. So it has converted into a date format. Okay. Still don't load it. Why? Why I'm saying still don't load this is, right, this appended sheet is perfect and clear. But yesterday I have indicated that you can remove the unwanted columns and you can remove the empty columns. Same like unwanted sheet also can be removed. So can you tell me based on which sheet? I have 5 sheets now, or 5 tables or 5 queries now. Based on which sheet or which table we are going to create a report? Warehouse sales. This is the one which I am going to use it for my reporting. I am not going to use this 4 things. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. I am not going to use this. All this 4 sheet was consolidated and we got this new sheet. But you cannot delete that sheet also because it is linked here. Based on this 4 sheets only, this sheet has been created. So we cannot delete it. But I can remove it from my loading. What is the advantage? If I load all the 5 sheets, one is we will get confused. There will be 5 sheets. Based on which sheet we want to create a report, we will get confused. That's the first one. Second one, it may increase your file size because I am loading 5 sheets. Here, every sheet is having 5,000 rows. So 20,000 rows will be added, and plus this one, 40,000 rows will be added, which is unnecessary. So let me remove this table from my report. So you cannot delete it. If you delete it, then the link will be removed. So the Bangalore will go out of your data. So I want it to be not to be loaded. So what you do is very simple. No other go. You have to do it manually one by one. Right click on Bangalore, and there is an option called as enable load. I don't want to enable it. I want to disable it. Enable load. Uncheck that enable load. You can see a small slanting. The name looks like a little bit slanting, maybe italics. That means this Bangalore will not be loaded into your report. If you are already loaded, it may give a warning message. You already loaded it. You already created some report, but I didn't load this as of now. Right click, enable load. So Chennai, right click Delhi, enable load. Right click Pune, enable load. So we have disabled, uncheck that enable load. So we have disabled all the 4 sheets except that consolidated sheet, except the appended sheet. All the 4 sheet we have disabled. So now only that warehouse sales will be loaded. Only that warehouse sales will get loaded. Let me check that. So now I think everything is clear and clean. So we have consolidated into multiple sheets and we have combined the sheets and we have combined the date. Unwanted gray we have removed. Unwanted columns, unwanted sheets also we have removed. Let me go to home tab again. I'll go to home tab. Close and apply. Straight away you can click on top, close and apply. It's not required. You have to click on the arrow mark and go to close and apply. Straight away you can click on close and apply.
One question though.
Yes.
Last column format is in decimal.
1 minute. I'll come back. Now I have loaded. I will come back to transform and I will do that. Just a minute. After loading all, you can save it. Anytime you can save it. Just watch here. You can see even though it says all the 5 sheets, but only 1 sheet is getting loaded here. 1 sheet is getting loaded. Let us create a report and check whether it's working fine or not. Before that, let us see her query. What is the challenge there? Go to transform data. I'll go back to Power Query again. warehouse sales, you're saying which column? The last one. Whether there is some decimal values? No? Then make it as a number also, without decimal. Make it as a whole number. If there is some decimal, I don't know what is the reason it has given some decimal. I thought there may be some decimal. If you don't want it, you can make it as a whole number also. So click here. Forcefully we can change it because as she has told, Power Query is not detecting the data type properly. So I can change this into whole number also. But it doesn't make a very big difference, right? Decimal you will have a dot 00, but whole number we may not have the dot. That's all. But better, as she has told, we will change it to whole number. Now let me close and apply. Let us create one small report and check whether it's working fine or not. I will create a small report.
Gone back to Power Query from here.
Two methods. Right click on that Power Query. Go to Edit Query. I think yesterday we did it many times. Go to this Edit Query or go to the Transform Data. I recommend this part. You can use both. Home and Transform Data. He did this yesterday. Forgot what we did yesterday. What will happen tomorrow? Huh? Correct. Okay, let me create one report and check. Just for checking purpose, I want to create a report whether all the 4 sheets, I think we already checked it in Power Query, all the 4 sheet was combined, but for our satisfaction, let me check. For example, I'll put a pie chart. So let me put a pie chart here. And I think 4 sheets, the warehouse is available in different 4 sheets. So let us bring the warehouse. Warehouse, I will bring you to legend area. And let us bring the, maybe what is that? Net sales. I will bring it to value area. So all the 4 warehouse, Delhi, Chennai, Pune, Bangalore. All the 4 sheets, all 4 different sheets, we are combined into one sheet and we got this report. So the data is coming from 4 different sheets now. So just we have created a sample report and checked. Warehouse into legend area, which wise that should be at the first. Whichever you want to total it, summarize it, that should be on the second. So warehouse wise, we got sum of net sales. One more report also, let me check. I want to know whether the year and month is updated properly. So let us place the cursor on this empty area. Let me click some column chart just for a checking. I will bring the SQU date into x-axis, net sales into y-axis. I think we have only 1 year data available here, 2025. Switch on the drill down, which we did yesterday itself, drill down. Click on the year. We got quarter wise, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. When I click on quarter 1, we got month wise. When I click on month, we got day wise. So we are getting the report perfect. This is the reason we have combined all the 3 columns and we have merged into one column called as date. So to make this report. So when I click on year, it should show me quarter wise. When I click on quarter, it should show me month wise. When I click on months, it should show me year wise. So here we had only 1 year of data, 2025. So I dragged the SQU date to the x-axis and net sales to y-axis. Then switch on this single arrow, drill down, click on the year, we got quarter wise, click on quarter, we'll get month wise, click on month, you will get day wise. Just for checking, we did this. Same report what we created yesterday. Drill up, drill up, drill up. Let me save this file. file, save as, browse this device, and I'll give some name 02 warehouse sales. So we have seen how to consolidate multiple identical sheets into one and how to create a report based on it. Now let us explore multiple files. Done? Our target is before today's lunch break, we have to complete Power Query. Before lunch break, we should start the next level of Power BI so that we can cover more visuals. So let me close this file. I'm closing this file. Sorry, I closed this Power BI file itself because as I indicated, don't open multiple Power BI at a time. It may slow down your system speed. So I'm closing this Power BI totally. Now what we are going to do is, let us go to the same folder. There is a folder, not a file. There is a folder called as 03 orders. There is a folder called as 03 orders. Just to open that folder. The folder, the file which you have downloaded yesterday, there is a folder called as 03 orders. Open that file where I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 files are there. So go to that orders folder. There is a folder called as orders. Under the orders folder, there are 5 files. Order 2021, order 2022, orders 2023, orders 2024, orders 2025. There are 5 sheets, 5 files actually. So if I open the first file, orders 2021, I'll open the first file. And remember, it's not an Excel file, it's a CSV file. Comma separated value, CSV file. Most of your data, when you download it from SAP, ERP and Oracle, it will be CSV format. Why they are giving in CSV format is, CSV format can be opened in any software. It's not required, you need a software for it. You can open it in Excel, you can open it in Notepad, you can open it in Word, you can open it in a PDF, you can open it in a browser. Anywhere you can open it. That's the advantage of using the CSV. That's why most of the file will be in a CSV format. So now this is a CSV where I have order ID, region, order date, order amount. So this is available in the first file. So let me open the second file. Order 20, just for checking. Order 2022, where same thing. Order ID, region, order date and order amount. So this is having it for year 2022. That is for year 2021. This is for year 2022 and we have 23, 24, 25. Okay. So I have 5 files now. So we are going to combine all the 5 files and we are going to make it as one file. Before that, for a checking purpose, this order 2025, I will cut this file wantedly for a checking. I am cutting this file, Control X, and I paste this file in some other folder. I will tell you what is the reason behind it. Any file, I am cutting and pasting 2025, you can cut and paste 2021, 22, 23, whatever, one file. One file I am cutting and I am putting that file in some other location, other than this location. Don't copy and paste, cut and paste. Cut that file and paste it in some other location. Now assume we have only these 4 files. These 4 files I want to consolidate it and make it as a new file. Tomorrow I may add one more file here. Or next year I may add another file. Every day you are downloading some file. Every week, every month, every year you are downloading some file. It has to be consolidated as one file. That's what we are going to do now. Okay. So this 4 files I want to consolidate it and make it as one file. Later I want to add one more file called as 2025 also. We'll see how to do that. So let me open Power BI. I open a fresh new Power BI. That file I have already closed it. That 02 warehouse sales I already closed this. Let me open a fresh new Power BI. I'm opening a new Power BI. So you can go to blank report and you can go to get data. That's one method. Or another method, as I already indicated, first screen, starting screen itself, select data source to start with the blank report. Here I can see there is an option available. Unfortunately, it's not an Excel workbook. So I cannot select the Excel workbook here. Since it's not an Excel workbook. You can go to get data from other sources. I click on data from other sources. Tell me, there are list of sources. It will show you the list of sources. Tell me which source I have to select here. One answer I got is text or CSV. Unfortunately, when I select text or CSV and I go to connect, when I select text or CSV and I go to connect and I go to the orders, I am not able to select multiple sheets here. I am holding the control key and I am holding the shift key and trying. I am not able to select multiple sheets. So you cannot select text or CSV. You have to go to get data, more. Yes, you have to go with folder. You have to select an option called as folder. So let me select this folder, connect. Folder, connect. Where is that folder? Two methods. You can browse and you can find out the folder. Browse it and find out the folder. Method number 1. Method number 2. So I'm already residing in the same folder. My cursor we are in the same folder. We are residing in the same folder. So this is our folder path. This PC, data, corporate training and a particular folder. So this is where this file is residing. So go to the address bar here. Click on the address bar. Copy that path. Control C. Copy the path. Come to Power BI and paste that path here. You have to paste the path. Method 1. Copy the path and paste the path. Method 1. Method 2. As usual, you can go to browse and you can select that path. You can select that path. Okay. So any one of the method. Either go to browse and select it or copy the path and paste it here. Both are same. Both are same. Whichever is easier, whichever is convenient. I copied and pasted the path. OK. So click on OK. It's opening a new dialog box. There are 4 options now. Combine, load and transform. Tell me which I can do now. Can I go with combine? Can I go with load or can I go with transform? Combine. I recommend transform it always, because some combine and transform also, it will first go to combine and then it will come back to Power Query. Better follow the hierarchy. Always follow with transform and then go to combine, because here fortunately we have only 4 files. I want all combine all the 4 files. Sometimes I have 20-30 files. I don't require all the 20 files to be combined. I want only 5 files to be combined. So I want to transform it. I have to clean up it. So better always go with transform. That's my suggestion. My suggestion is, once again, if you go to combine, if it is throwing an error, unwantedly you have loaded the data, once again you have to come back to Power Query and clean up it. Better follow that hierarchy. Always go with the transform and load. That's always better. That's my suggestion. So I recommend always go with transform data. So let us go to transform data. That's my suggestion. So I click on transform data. Yes. It goes to Power Query. In Power Query, it shows the column names. So it shows what are all the files available and what are all the files and what is the extension, when this file was accessed, when this file was modified and created. That's fine. Now we are going to combine all the 4 files. For example, assume I don't have 4 files. Assume I have some 10 or 20 files. Here fortunately we have only all the CSV file. Suppose assume that I have another text file here, another Excel file here, another PDF file. So many files are there. But I want to combine only the CSV. So what I can do, there is an option called as extension. Go to the extension filter. Suppose I want only to be CSV to be combined, it means you can select only CSV here. Only CSV can be selected here if you want to combine only the CSV file. But here, as of now, only CSV is available. I am not filtering it.
I can combine excellency.
Excellency, if the column is similar.
Okay, column.
If all the columns are similar, you can combine excellency. You can combine text and CSV, PDF and CSV, anything, if the columns are similar. It should be similar. If the columns are not identical, if you have extra column, what will happen?
I have to create in other sheets.
It will create an extra column and a blank. If it is not available, for example, orders we have a column, or as 2022 we don't have a column means it will create an extra column where it will show null. So if you have an extra column also it will create a column, but all the other columns should be identical. Right. Now select this. To combine this, when I go to the home tab, you can notice there is an option called as combine files. Unfortunately, this combine file is graded out. It's deactivated. Why it's graded out, why it's deactivated is your cursor should be somewhere else on the content area. But while clicking on the content area, please be careful. Don't click somewhere else in between like this. When you are getting the handover symbol, don't do that. If I click, it will create some extra steps. You have to undo the steps each and every time, which is a real challenge. Don't place the cursor somewhere else here, somewhere else on the top. You have to click on the top of the column. Top of the column. Now you can see the combine file is activated. Earlier the combine file is graded out, it's deactivated. To activate it, you have to place the cursor and you have to click on combine files. But if you feel that is very complicated, sometimes I may unnecessarily may click here. My cursor can be anywhere also. My cursor can be anywhere. But that combine file is graded out. You can see the combine file, there is a 2 arrow mark. There is an icon called as 2 arrow mark. See where is this 2 arrow mark, whether it's available in some other area. Yes, it's available here. On the content area itself, you can see the 2 arrow marks is available. So either you can click on this also. That 2 arrow marks you can click on combine, or this 2 double arrow marks which is available on the context here. Either this one or this one. If it is not activated, if it is activated, click it. If you are not activated, click here. So just make a click. It's evaluating and it will show you the preview. It will show you the preview, how it will look like. First file, second file, third file. All the files you can click and you can see the preview. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All the files you can see a preview of all the files. And by default in Power Query, it will check with first 1000 rows, but this is from combining files. It will check the data detection for the first 200 rows. If you want to check for the entire data sets, that's your wish. But as I told, it may slow down your system speed process. 4, 5 files it has to check means it may take some time to combine. That's up to you. Either you want to check it with first 200 rows or the entire data set. Or after loading also you can check the column quality. That's your wish. And never select this option. Skip with the error. Skip the file with the error. That means I have 4 files. If one file there is some error, if there is some error in one file, it will not import that file. It will skip it. Suppose a data format is not right, there is some error in one file. It will not load that file, it will skip that file, which I don't recommend. If there is a error, show me the error. We will solve it. That's the purpose of our Power Query, right? Power Query to solve our errors, transform our data. Show me the error, we will try to solve it. So better not to select this, don't select it. If there is error means show me the error. That's it. Simply say okay. It will evaluate, it will do some steps and you can see all the 4 sheets was combined into one sheet. How do I know that all the 4 sheet was combined into one sheet is, you can see here on the source name. If I click on the filter of the source name, yes, 2021, 2022. But I am seeing only 2 sheets. Where is the other sheets? As I told on the bottom, the list may be incomplete because it by default it shows only 1000 rows. Maybe the third sheet it has exceeded more than 1000 rows. So click on load more. So now you can see all the 4 sheets will be available here. 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, all the 4 files, not even sheets, all the 4 files has been combined and we made it as one file. No other go. Every time you have to click, if you want to check that, so every time it will say list is incomplete, so you have to load more, because every time if it is showing all the 10,000, 2 lakh, 3 lakh rows, it may slow down your system process. So whenever you want to see everything, just click on load more, all the 4 sheets will be there. Say cancel and you can come out. Now all the 4 files has been combined and we got it as one file. Okay. This is literally very, very, very tough. 10 years before, this was impossible. Manually, we have to copy, paste. Every day, we have to download, copy, paste. I did a project in your same company 15 years before. We sit together for 3 months and I worked with macro for 2 months and I created this. Now we are doing it within 5 minutes in Power Query. This in olden days, it's very tough to combine the multiple files into one file. Copying and pasting is also impossible.
Combining, I want to make I want to download the sheet as Excel means.
Don't require. You can do the same process in Excel itself. I will tell you how to do that. So after all the option in Power Query is over, I will tell you how to do the same thing in Excel also. I think yesterday on the introduction I told you how Power BI was created. Can you tell me how I told you some hierarchy. How the Power BI has been evaluated. First pivot. From pivot they have created Power Pivot. From Power Pivot Power Query. From Power Query of Excel they have created this BI. So where is Power Query? Basically from Excel. From Excel it has evaluated to Power BI. So you can do the same process in Excel also. So why to do here and put it into Excel? You can do it in Excel itself. Excel le pannila. Parchi mutta mari anga panni inga kondu ange irukittum. It can be there itself. We can do it in the same area. No, not to bring to here and put it into Excel. We can do it in Excel itself. I will tell you how to do that. Okay. Right. Let me close this. I close and apply. For checking, let us create a report and check. I think no need for transforming. The columns are perfect and clear. This column, the source name column, if you want, you can have it. If you don't want, you can remove it. I believe it's better to have it so that I know where this data is originally coming from. This data is coming from this file. This data is coming from this file. To understand this, I think this is better. So I don't want to remove it. Let me have this. Close and apply. Close and apply. It's loading to Power BI now. So let us create one report and check how it is working. I will create one report now and I will check how it's working. Right. Sorry, it's loading still. Right. Let me create a report. Maybe I'll put a bar chart or a column chart. So let me put a column chart, the fourth one, clustered column chart. And I think date and years are in a separate column. 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Everything is in a different columns. So let us bring the order date into x-axis, order amount into y-axis. Yes. 2021, 22, 23, 24. So all the four sheets, all the four files. 2021 is a separate file, 22 is a separate file, 23 is a separate file, 24 is a separate file. So all the four files we have combined and we got it as one report. Right? But before combining, wantedly what we did is, we have removed a file, that 2025, we have moved that file, cut and pasted that file in some other area. Assume, just for a checking, assume I have downloaded this order 2025 today. Assume that I have downloaded only today. So once again, I will cut this, Control X, and I will put it into the same folder now. So today I am adding one more file. Already there is a 4 file. I am adding one more file today. Tomorrow I may add another file. So I added the file. Then go to Power BI. Then refresh. Superb. Let us click on refresh. Yes. We got 2025 also. That's it. So from today what you have to do it, download the file, put it into that folder. That's all. It will get updated. Refresh it. Or schedule refresh it. If you have Power Pro license, gateway, schedule the refresh every 1 or 2 hours it will get refreshed, or come here and refresh it. Daily download the data and put it into the folder. That's all.
If the column is not identical,
Then you will get extra column.
data, then only we need to do. So refresh will not.
Identical data only you can do this. Non-identical data, there is some other method. Daily production na ஒரே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். 90% the columns will be similar. நீங்க download பண்றீங்கன்னா it should be similar. D இருக்கும்போது இந்த கான்செப்ட் இது. We are coming to this concept if it is similar. If it is not similar, we'll see another method. Okay, clear? Very simple but very powerful. It seems to be very simple. We didn't write any formulas and functions. We followed some steps, but it's very powerful. Right? So let me save this file. File, save as, browse, and I'll give some name 03. Don't give orders because there is a folder called as orders. So I will give a name called as order master. So this is a 5 files combined together, and we got this order master. Right? Now, what I want to do is, I want you to try this. As of now, from the morning, we are working with only the identical data. If the data are non-identical, multiple sheets, multiple files. How do we do it? That's going to be our next process. Before that, I want you all to try this. Just to try. When I go to the same folder which you have downloaded yesterday, there are some text files. There are some text files available. Assembly, engine, paint shop, testing. So when I go to the assembly, maybe department wise, we have different files. Assembly, we have some columns available. Line name, model name, shift, target, quantity, actual cost, rejection, count, downtime, technician. So there are various columns available here. Same like it's a text file. Same like you can see one more sheet is also, one more file is available. That's also a text file. Maybe the engine and maybe the paint shop and maybe the testing. So now I want to combine all the 4 files: assembly, engine and paint shop, and testing. All the 4 files has to be combined into one file. But the challenge is, don't create a separate folder. Don't create a separate folder. It should be as it is in the same folder. It should reside in the same area where it is residing. Don't create a new folder and do it. So I want you to try this. Combine all the 4 files into one file without creating a folder. Try. Try பண்ணுங்க. Please try. If you are not able to get it, no worries. I will help you. Just to try. Well, if you are not able to get it, I will help you. But I think you can do it. I have given the clue already in the last session. How to combine multiple files. If there is multiple other files are also available. I have a text file, I have a exe file, sorry, I have a PDF file, I have a Excel file. But still I can combine only the text files. So I think I have given a clue in the last session. A few minutes before, I have given this clue. Yes. Just to try. If you are not able to get it, no worries. Try and fail rather than failing to try. All the 4 files has to be combined into one. Assembly, engine, paint shop, testing. Done. Very good. What is the tip here? File type you have to filter it. Super. You have to filter the file type. That's all. That's why I asked you to always go with the transform and load it. Don't combine and load it. Transform. Whatever you want to do, filter it and then load it. Done? Folder. Of course, you have to combine a folder. Wait for another 1 minute. I will show the issue.
So fold to everything open the files.
Then, how can I remove that? Just now I have given the clue. If you have multiple files, you can remove a particular file. I want only the text files. You can filter it by the file extension. Done. Okay. Shall I try now? Almost I believe most of you has did this. Let me try here. I'll open Power BI. So as usual, the get data, get
If we miss this step,
blank report.
then
You can see the get data is here, right? Get data, more. That's what we did yesterday.
I went to text.
Go to more, where we can see folder will be there. So you can see folder. It's another method. Or go to file, get data. Both are same. As I told, various methods are available to. There are 3 methods basically. Here also you can use this, get other data source. Third method. Any one of the 3 methods. So I'll go to get data. Since I have already loaded with the blank report, I'll go to get data, more. Under more, let me select that folder, connect, folder, and I connect it. Browse, or you can copy and paste that folder path. Let me browse it and find it out. I am browsing it and I am finding that particular location. And I select the entire folder itself, entire folder, where all the files are residing. I have selected the entire folder. Okay. Okay. All the files available in that folder. All the files available in that folder will be displayed. So we have list of files. I have PBIX, I have XLSX, I have CSV, I have text. All files are there. Let me go to transform data. So again, it goes to Power Query. Again, it goes to Power Query. Here,
Filter the extension.
yeah, how do we filter this? Which one?
Extension.
Extension. Very good. Go to the extension and select, remove that select all and select only text, txt, text. And I say OK. Then what could be the next step?
Content.
Click on the double arrow, or you can click on combine file. If the combine file is activated, click it. If a combine file is not activated, click on the double arrow next to the content. And it shows the preview of the first file. You can see the preview of first and second files also. Yes, this is the preview. And say OK. Yes. All the 4 files has been combined into one file. Yes. How do we know that all the 4 files has been combined? It's available here under the source name. Click here. Yes. Assembly, engine, paint shop, and testing. Of all the 4 files, it was combined into one file. Simple. One more tip we will see, then we load this. Now for an example, I want to create a report. This is a department name, assembly, and we have engine, we have testing, and we have paint shop. So each wise I want to know what is the target quantity or what is the actual sum of all the actual quantity. I want to create a report. But here it says something like assembly.txt and it says that engine.txt. While creating a report, I don't like this engine.txt, assembly.txt. It should say assembly engine. I don't like this txt here. So what I can do is select this column. Either you want to separate it in some other column, I want to separate it in the same column. If this to be separated, I want only the assembly, only the engine in some other column, then we can go to add column. But if you want this to be in the same column, then we can go to transform column. Go to transform column. Under transform column, what I will do is, we'll see in depth of this in another few minutes also. Extract text before delimiter. I want before the dot, I want only this. I don't want .txt. I want just assembly, engine, paint shop. So text before delimiter. Delimiter means what is a separator, dot or comma or whatever. So I want to get only the text before the delimiter. So I'll click on text before delimiter and it will ask what is your delimiter. What is the delimiter? Dot. Just to put a dot and I say okay, yes. Now you can see here it shows only that column names. Assembly, engine, paint shop. Now reporting will be easier. And for my reference, I will give some name for this. It says source name. Assume it's not a source name. Let me make it, this is a department name. So I double click here and rename it as DPT, department name. Some meaningful name for my understanding. So like this, whatever you want to do, you can do it in Power Query without disturbing your source data. Okay. Even this query name, how this query name is 2025, it's taking the folder name as my query name. You can right click and you can rename this also. What is this? Department wise. We have rejection, we have sales, we have downtime. We'll just put department wise. Some meaningful name. Department wise quantity, production or sales or something. So like this, you can rename it. All these things is applied on your applied steps so that whenever you load a data, it automatically applies to your new data also. That's it. Home tab, close and apply. These are all the power of using this Power Query. No need to write any formulas. I think now we have avoided 2 formulas from the morning in Excel. Could you tell me what are the 2 formulas we have avoided? One is concatenate. Second one is splitting, extracting. We'll see what are all the other formulas. Next we are going to see about lookups and if functions. So let me create a report and check whether it's working. Just for my checking. Some report, column chart, bar chart. So let us put a bar chart now. I'll put a bar chart. The department wise. So let us drag the department name into y-axis and I want to know what is the count of actual quantity. I want to know the actual quantity, x-axis. Yes, each department wise, what is the actual quantity. So all the 4 departments coming from 4 different files. Paint shop is a separate file, testing is a separate file, assembly is a separate file, engine is a separate file. So we have combined all the 4 files. Tomorrow when you add something, suppose there is a new department. So what we can do? We have to put that new department into the same folder here. Let's put in the same folder, refresh it, it will get updated.
One question. First, don't create in folder like this you told me. What is the reason?
I want to do that. Instead of every time for everything, I don't want to create a folder. I want you to try it. In folder create money, if you want to do it, you can do it. Just for a challenge, I want you to do it. Without creating a folder, how can I do that? Because for everything, I cannot create a folder. For daily way, monthly, one folder create, it takes more time. So it can be in one folder and we can combine it also. So I want you to explore that feature, how to filter and how to get it.
Extension filter.
So it's not mandatory, sir. Just for challenge, I asked you to do it. It's also a folder. So no need for having separate folder for everything. You can have a master folder also. Excellent. So As I indicated from morning or yesterday, we have explored only one sheet. Today we have seen how to explore multiple sheets, multiple files. If it is identical, next maybe 05, I have two files, sales distribution part master, two non-identical sheets. How to combine two non-identical sheets. Next is 06, business transaction. When I go to that business transaction, there are 8 or 9 sheets are available. All the sheets are non-identical. All the sheets are non-identical. So how to combine all the sheets and make it as one sheet, one report. That's what we are going to do in our next session. Okay. So we'll come to this part sales tracker. First we'll finish up the part sales tracker. Then we will go to the business transaction. And then we are going to explore the other visuals also. Okay. So I believe if I start this, before that let me save this file, save as, browse, and this is 04, department wise, 04. So next we are going to start 05. If I start it, it has to be completed. It's a bigger chapter where we are going to explore about some lookup function, if function, and other new functions in Power Queries. So next session is going to be the last session on Power Query. After that, we are going to jump into Power BIs. So probably we'll see that next advanced level of Power Query after our break. Yes? So let us take a break now. Same 15 minutes and I'll I pause the video. So as of now, from the morning, we are working with the identical files. If the data are identical, if you want to combine, if it is in multiple sheets, we are appending it. If it is in multiple files, we are combining it. So please open this file, 05 part sales tracker. It's an Excel file. Please open this Excel file, 05 part sales tracker. In sheet number sales or in sales distribution.
So we are going with
non-identical. Yes, here I have two sheets. One is sales distribution. Second one is part master. In sales distribution, I have the sales distribution data. Part master, we have the master data of the parts. For example, here I have zone name, part number, planned year quantity, Q1 quantity, Q2 quantity, Q3 quantity, Q4 quantity. And here we have part master where the part number, material type, category, part name, stock quantity, reorder level, lead time and drawing number, unit of measures and rate. So we have different types of columns. The columns are not identical. Now for example, what we are going to do it is, I want to know what is the name of the part and what is the rate and what is the unit of measures. The reason to get, I want to know which part number we have, which part we have sold or anything. And rate, why I want the rate is, so I want to multiply the rate with the quantity, so I will know what is my total sales. So I want this 3 extra column here. Could you tell me how can I bring this 3 column? Forget about Power Queries or BI. Normally, how do we do it? We look up. If you are using the latest version of Excel, XLOOKUP. Still you are using VLOOKUPs. VLOOKUP is very old. Before 2019, I believe so. After 19, I think XLOOKUP. There is a new function called as XLOOKUP in Excel. So if you are using VLOOKUP in Excel, stop using it, start using XLOOKUP. But here XLOOKUP is also not required. So without writing XLOOKUP, without writing VLOOKUP, how can we combine this column and how can I get the extra column here? That's what we are going to do without writing any formulas and functions. And remember, whatever I am going to do, whatever we did it from today morning till now or after this also, we can do it in Excel also. We can do this in Excel also. I will explain how to do this in Excel. As I indicated yesterday, there are 2 levels of Excel training here. The basic Excel. The second level of Excel will teach this, how to use Power Queries and Power Pivots in Excel. Normally, there is a hierarchy. You should have attended that session and you should have came to Power BI. No issues. But I will tell you how to do the same process in Power BI also. So let me close this file. Let me close this file for time being. I am closing it. And I open Power BI desktop. So let me open the Power BI desktop. And as usual, let me select that data source. So you can go to blank report and you can select it, or straight away you can select it here also. I think it's an Excel file. So I can straight away go with Excel workbook. So I click on Excel workbook and let me select that file, and I believe there are common column between it, part sales tracker, it's my file name. Open it. I'm opening that 05 part sales tracker. I click this and I click on open. There are 2 sheets available. So let me select the 2 sheets. Let me select that part master and I select the sales distribution, transform data. So we'll go to transform data. Then before doing anything, please check the column qualities. Part master, I click on the part master. Yes, headings are correct, data type is correct, all are greens. Sales distribution, headings are correct, data type are correct, all are greens. Yes. So both the sheets are perfect. Now, even though the data are non-identical, or even if you use a VLOOKUP, or even if you use XLOOKUP, there should be a lookup column here, or common column between the 2 tables. Could you tell me what is the common column between the 2 tables? Part number. Very good. When you go to the part master, you can see there is a column called as part number. Same sales distribution, you can see the part number. Part number is my common column. Even if you write a VLOOKUP, you have to write it through the part number. Part number is my lookup value. You will use the part number as a lookup value and you write the formula, right? Same thing. So place the cursor on the sales distribution table, because this is where I want the output. Even if we write a VLOOKUP also, that or XLOOKUP also, we'll do the same thing, right? Suppose I open this file. I want the name of the part number here. So you will place the cursor here and we will go to equal to VLOOKUP and we will write the VLOOKUP function here. So because I want the output here in the sales distribution table. Same thing. I want the output in sales distribution table. Place the cursor on sales distribution table. Place the cursor on sales distribution table. Go to the home tab again. Go to the home tab. Last session we are used to 2 things. One is the append query. Second one is the combine files. Now we are going to go with this merge query. Merge query. In merge query, I have 2 options. Merge query as new. You know what is the usage of this? Merge query, what it will do is, suppose as I told, in the sales distribution table, I want to get the name, rate and unit of measure. The name, rate and unit of measures will appear in the same table, in the sales distribution table here. In sales distribution table, whatever the columns you want, that will be expanded here. In this sales distribution table itself, that is append query. But if you go for append query as new, the common column, that name, rate and unit of measure, that you will get it in some other new table. Some other new table, that means you have to go with merge query as new. If you want the output in some other new table, then you have to go for merge query as new. Tell me, which one is correct? Merge query or merge query as new? Merge query. Very good. Here we have to go for merge query. Appending, that's okay. I want to combine and I want to bring it in some other sheet. Append query as new is correct. But here, I want the output, not in some other sheet. What is the purpose of getting that this part number, name, rate and unit of measure in some other sheet? I want it in the same sheet. Then only I can multiply the quantity with the rate and other things. Then only I will know what is the name of this part number. What is the purpose of getting in some other sheet? That's no use. So better to go with, when we can use the merge query as new, I will tell you, maybe time permits, you'll see it later. For example, some part numbers are available in part master, but that part number we have never utilized it. That part number was not sold at all. So I want to bring that into a different column, which was not sold, that I want it in different column. Which was in the both the table, I want it in separate table. In that case, we can go for merge query as new. Probably we'll see the merge query as new later. Now what you said is correct, merge query is correct. So let us click on merge query, merge query. So click on merge query, merge query. Yes, now on the top, you can see there is a sales distribution, which is default already selected because that's a table where my cursor is. So default sales distribution is selected. Bottom, select the second table. Select the second table, that is part master. First table is already selected on the top, second table is on the bottom. And in olden days, now we have one table on the top, another table on the bottom. In olden days, we'll have one table on the left hand side, another table on the right hand side. This was in olden days. Olden days means I'm saying 8 or 9 years before. So in that case, that's why it's saying left outer, right outer, left and right. So here, treat this as your left side, treat this as your right side. This is left and this is right. Now it was top bottom. Early days it was left and right. That's why they are given a name called as left outer, right outer and other things. But don't worry, Power Query will take care of it. Now what we have to do is we have selected both the tables, and what is the common column between both the tables? Part number. Select the part number, select the part number. So select both common columns. What will happen if I selected the wrong column? Will it throw an error? For example, here I selected the part number. Here I am selecting the part name. I have selected the wrong column. Will it throwing an error? No, not at all. It doesn't throw an error. It says zero match. There is no match between that columns. So better select the right column. Part number. See that whether there is some matching. Yes, there is a matching. 296 rows are matching. So all the part numbers available. It's available in my master. So part number, part number. Select the common columns. Left outer, all from first. I want all the data from first, all the data from sales distribution and matching data. For example, based on the part number, I want the name, rate and unit of measure. The matching data, I want it here. Yes, this is correct. So there is something called as right outer, reverse. All from the second, matching data from the first. That is in the reverse. Right out. Both the data. I want all the data from first, all the data from second, even though it's matching or not matching. Inner, only the matching, only which is available in first, which is not available in the second. As I told, some part numbers are available in the part master, but that part number is not available, identical, which is not part of this, which I have never sold. I want it in a separate area. For that, we can use a different kinds, this left anti, right anti. But let us go with this. First one is correct. All the data from the first, that is left. I told you this is left. And matching data from the second, this is right. So first data and matching data from the second, that's equivalent to VLOOKUP. Please do not select it. Use fuzzy match. Fuzzy match is approximate match. Here it's okay. Suppose here the part number is 1001, here the part number is 1002. Numbers. Suppose 1001 is not available. Find the next nearest value. 1001 is not available, find 1002 or 1003. That is called as approximate match. Here it's not going to be approximate, here it's going to be exact. If this part number, I want same matching part number. If it is not available, display error, none or not available or some other message. It should exactly match. So don't select this. It should exactly match, don't select it. Fuzzy match is that exact match. So approximate match, don't select it. That's it. Select the first table, select the second table, select the column, which is common column between the two tables. That's it. Now say OK. Yes. In sales distribution table, you can see an extra column was added at the last. There is an extra column added at the last. That is your part master. Now what we are going to do it is on this extra column, right hand side, there is an arrow mark, double arrow. There is an arrow mark like this. Expand that arrow mark. How do we expand it? Just to make a click. And it's asking what are all the column you wanted. What are all the matching column you wanted from that part master. From the part master, what are all the matching column you want. So let me remove that select all. And what are all the column I want? For example, I want the part name. I want the unit of measures. I want the rate. Suppose if you want the category, if you want the material type, yes, of course you can select it. So this is equivalent to writing 3 lookups. So if you want material type, 4th lookup. If you want the category name, 5th lookup. Stock quantity, 6th lookup. So like this. So I can expand whatever the column you want. And what is this? Original name, column name as prefix. How this column name will be displayed? This part name. Part master dot part name. The name of that sheet, name of the table dot column name. Part master dot column name, part master dot part name, part master dot unit of measure, part master dot rate. That's how the column heading was displayed. If you don't want it, you can remove it. Now you can remove it, or later also you can remove it. Let us say OK now. Yes. Now we are getting all the three columns here. Part master dot part name, part master dot UOM, part master dot rate. So as I indicated, this is equivalent to getting three lookups. Now I forgot to add one column. I want an extra column now. Or I don't want a column, I want to remove a column from this lookup. Or I don't like this part master dot part name, part master dot UOM. I want just part name, UOM and rate. Could you tell me how can I modify this?
Settings.
Applied steps, go to the expanded part master, go to the settings. Now you can add and remove the columns here. Whichever the columns you want, suppose I want the category, select the category. Or I don't want that column name to be prefixed with the part master. Part master dot rate, part master dot unit information. I don't want it. So you can see the default column name prefix. You can delete that. Just to select that part master, delete. Delete it and then say OK. So it has only the name, not prefixed with the sheet names. Just part name, unit of measures and rate. So we have avoided, first one we have avoided how to merge multiple columns, how to split columns. Now lookup. So we have avoided writing lookups. So what are all the other things we are going to do? We'll see what are all the other formulas, functions are possibly can be used in Power Queries. Okay? Clear? Data identical, multiple sheets. If you want to combine, you have to go for append query. Data identical. Data identical, multiple files, combine. We have to go for combine files. Correct? Combine files. That's what we did it just before the tea break. This one, data are non-identical. So equivalent to lookup. Then we have to go for merge query. Clear? We have one more. We'll see it in the next session. Multiple sheets identical, combining is appending. Multiple files identical, combining is combining files. Data non-identical. Then we had the equivalent to lookup. Then we have to go for merge query. Right now, what are all the other things we are going to do? And this columns, you can move it and you can shuffle it and you can move wherever you want. For example, this part number, I want to bring the part number very next to the part name. Very next to the part name. You can drag and drop. So we can drag and drop and bring the part name and next to the part number. You can drag and drop and you can bring it. Or there is an option available, right click, and there is an option available called as move. Right click, move to the left hand side, move to the right hand side, move to the beginning, move to the end. So either you can move to the one step left or one step right, or to the starting to the ending also. Or better it's to simple drag and drop. So let me do the dragging and dropping. So I'll drag this part name and I'll bring it after the part number. So I'm bringing the part name next to the name. I want the part number for easier for me to understand, or you can have it in the same data also. It doesn't make any changes on your reporting. Just for our convenience, we are reordering the columns. Okay. Now, I want to know, for example, we have a column called as Q1 quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So I want Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. I want another column here called as year quantity. So if we want sum of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 and we want it as year quantity in another column. So I want to write a formula. Help me here. Can I go to transform or can I go to add column? Add column. Very good. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. I want the quantity, Q1 quantity also, Q2, Q3, Q4 also, and sum it up and bring it in another column. So you have to go for add column. Super. What you said is correct. So let me click on add column. What do you want to do? All the before that, before clicking on the formula, select all the 4 columns Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Select all the 4 columns holding the shift key or control key. Holding the shift key or control key, select all the 4 columns. If you want to do the same thing in Excel, what we can do is assume this is in column number A, B, C, D. We'll do 2 things. One is A2 minus B2 minus C2, sorry, A2 plus B2 plus C2 plus D2. That's one method. Or you can say sum of A1 to D2. That's second method. You can do both. Same thing can be done in Power Query. Add columns. So, and you can go to this number, statistics, sum of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. That also can be done, one method. Second method, standard add. That means A1 plus B1 plus C1. Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q3. Both are same. Sum of Q1 to Q4 is also okay. A1 plus Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, Q4 is also okay. Whichever you want, your wish. So let me say add. So I selected add. So this 4 columns was added, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. At last you are getting an extra column here. So this column is addition of all the 4 columns. And I believe yesterday itself I have indicated this. Whenever you do some steps, try to have some meaningful name. At least this steps I can understand. But this step I am not able to understand. What is that inserted sum? Why we inserted the sum? What is the thing we have did it here? So I can give some meaningful name for it. Right click, rename. So what's the formula we did it is we have calculated sum of Q1 and Q2 and Q3. So we have calculated sum of Q1, Q2 and Q3 and Q4 here. This is for our identification. What we did in the steps. In the steps, we have founded the Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. And try to have some meaningful name for this. How do we give the meaningful name? Double click on the column headings. And this is my year quantity. So I have given some meaningful name. Okay. Right. So we have avoided the sum function also. I recommend from today, from now, stop using formulas and functions in Excel unless it's required. Excel is only for analyzing. Stop writing formulas and functions. Either do it in Power BI, Power Query or do it in Power BI of Excel. We'll see how to do the same thing in Power Query of Excel. We'll do that in another few minutes. Right now, I want you all to try this. I want you to add a column. So add a new column. What is the column name is? Let us say the column name is total sales. And what's the formula? The formula is very simple. Rate into year quantity. Rate multiplied by year quantity. Can you try this? I think it's very easy, very simple. You should not take minutes. It will take only seconds to do this. Rate into year quantity. Insert a column, add a column which should show me the rate into year quantity. What is rate and what is year?
Exactly 2 and multiplying.
That's all. That's all, very simple. What if in one formula I want addition as well as multiplication as well as division? I will explain that in the next part. Adding is very simple, multiplying is also very simple. Suppose I want to use multiple operators, we'll see it in another few minutes. Done. This data is smaller. Assume this data is having lakhs and lakhs of rows. When you add one extra, it may increases your file size in Excel. Don't do that. Try to do it in Power Query. Can handle million, billion, trillions of data. Excel will not handle. How from today, have the data in Power Query. Create a report in Excel. Have the data in Power Query. Create a report in Power BI. Don't have the data in Excel. Power BI, of course, you cannot have the data. Power Query doesn't hold the data. Sorry, Power BI doesn't hold the data. All the data are from Power Query. Same like in Excel also you have to do that. They have the data in Power Query, create a report in Excel. We'll see how to do that in another few minutes. So help me here. How can I get that extra column called as total sales? Select the year quantity, then hold the control key, select the rate, add column, then standard, then multiply. Yes. What the column name is, double click on this. Try to have some meaningful name for the steps. Always whenever you do something, try to have some meaningful name. This is total sales. The heading, even the applied steps also I am saying try to have some name. It just says insert multiplication. What is this insert multiplication? People doesn't know it. So try to have some meaningful name. That is quantity into rate is my multiplication. Okay. So sum is not required. Multiplying is not required. Now for example, I want to get the tax amount. Assume I want the tax amount here. For example, the total sales into 18% is my tax. If you want to multiply two columns, that's very simple. Select the two columns and then go to add column and multiply. But here this total sales I want to multiply with a constant value, 18%. I have to multiply with 18%, not with another column. So what you do is select only this column. Don't select one more column. Select only this total sales column. Go to the add column again. Go to the add column again. And go to the standard again. Add column standard. Same multiply. I select multiply. Add column multiply. Now it will ask multiply with what? With what you have to multiply? I have to multiply with 18%. So let us type 18% here. Or 0.18. Or 0.18. What is my tax value? So if you want to multiply with value, some fixed value, then we can use this. Select only the column, go to add column, standard, multiply. Or adding, multiplying, dividing, it's your wish. I am just multiplying. Say okay. Yes. So this is my tax value. We'll see how to use the combination of multiple formula. We'll see it in another few minutes. Now, probably I need a support from your side. For example, this one, 3,04,115.04. Similarly, here we have 0.24, 0.2, 0.94. I want round this. Could you tell me after rounding what could be the result we will get it for the first data 304,115. Second data also 2276. Fourth data 94632. Why? After the dot it's more than 5. So it will round 1 upwards. So 31 will turn into 32. Similarly for the next one 20 will turn into 21 because it's more than 5. So the next one it will be 93 only. It is rounding down. So based on the after dot. So let me select this. I want to round it here. I don't want the rounding value should appear in another column. Another column I don't want it. I want the rounding should happen in the same column. In Excel you can do it only in the next column. Correct? Same column you cannot use the rounding. Rounding cannot be used in the same column. So select this column. Then whole number, what's the problem is it will not round it off. It will not round it off. Still the data will be there. It will display the whole number. When you sum it up, you will get a different answer. It will hold the data. It is not rounding. Whole number is not rounding. Whole number, it will remove the decimal places and it will display. But the whole number, the data will be there still. Data will be there. So don't use whole number. You have to use the function called as round. Select this column. Select this column. Tell me whether I can go to add column or I can go to transform column now. Transform column, because I want the rounding should happen here, not in some other area. So go to transform column. Then rounding. You can see there is an option available called as rounding. Round always upwards, round always downwards, and round. Round is based on the next value. Up means every time it will round upwards. Every time it will round downwards. So let us go for round. Which decimal place? So I want after the decimal dot here. The first, the 0th decimal place. This is called as 0. This position, the dot where it's starting is called as 0. Suppose after the first decimal I want to round it. The first decimal means you have to say 1. So let us go with 0. I'll go with 0. Yes. Now it's rounded off. In the same area here. In the same area. 304115, 2321222, 337876, 94632. Okay. I have to remove this rounding. Very simple. Select the column. Transform. Go to the transform. Rounding. Round. Select that column, go to transform. Under transform, you have to go to round, rounding, round. It will ask which decimal place, in which place you have to round it off. So I want to round it off at the 0th position. 0th position. 0th position is where the decimal is starting. So let us click on rounding, round, 0. Just type 0 here. 0 is the first place of my decimal, where exactly the decimal is starting. Okay. Now it's rounded. Okay. We'll see some of the other formulas. What are all the other formulas can be used in this power queries? As I told, stop using formulas and functions. It's very simple and very easier here. Instead of writing equal to and other things, you can use this type of formulas and functions. Happening now, it has happened earlier. Always do it at the last, step by step, right? What you are doing? Before you do something, do it at the last. Do it at the last, don't do it somewhere else in the middle. Whenever, I think yesterday itself I have given the warning, whenever you do some activity, please try to do it only at the last. Don't go to the middle and do it, everything may get collapsed. So it's a bigger warning here. Because it's hierarchy based. The sum is calculated. After the sum only, based on the sum, we are calculating the multiplication. Based on the multiplication, we are calculating, all are interconnected. The year sales is calculated based on all the Q1. Based on Q and year quantity only, we have calculated the total sales. Based on total sales only, we have calculated the tax value. If you add something in between, so the entire step may get collapsed. Please be careful. So whenever you add a step, try to add it at the last. Don't add it somewhere else in the middle. Now let us see how to use mixture of multiple operators. Mixture of multiple operators. For example, here we have added 4 columns, we have multiplied 1 columns, we have multiplied a column with a constant value. Suppose in one formula I want to do 2 things. One addition, one multiplication, one division, one addition. For example, let me take the year quantity. Year quantity is my actual year quantity. This is one actual we got every year. This part number we have the actual year quantity. There is one more column called as planned year quantity. They have planned for this. So they have planned for 705 for this product. But actually happened is 690. Actually happened to 697. So I want to know the variance percentage. What is the variance? Whether we have achieved our target or not. If we achieved the target, how much of percentage we have achieved? If we didn't achieve, how much we have neared our target? What is the percentage of our variance? So I want to write a formula for this. So we are going to write a formula. So what is the formula for finding out the variance percentage? So I want to find out the variance percentage. The formula for variance percentage is equal to actual minus plan, actual minus plan divided by plan. Sorry. This is the formula for finding out the variance. So I have 2 operators here. One is subtraction, second one is division. So 2 operators can be used. So you cannot use just add column, add multiply or add column division. But I want to use 2 things here. One is division, another one is subtraction. So what we can do? Add column. So go to the add column. Custom column. There is a column called as custom column. Go to the add column. Go to the custom column. So click on that custom column. When you want to use multiple operators. So then I will go to the custom column. It opens a dialog box. And what's the name of that column? Let me give the name of the column is variance percentage. So just I am giving a name. Variance percentage is equal to custom column. For what is the formula you want to apply? If you know the column name, type the column name. If you know the column name, instead of typing, you can see it's available on the list. Better to double click because while typing, you have to type it properly with the space and other things. So let us make a double click. Actual is year quantity. Actual quantity is my year quantity. Double click. So it automatically appears on the top. Year quantity actual minus planned quantity. The planned year quantity is available here. Double click on it. Divided by planned year quantity. Actual minus plan divided by plan. My formula correct? You have to put a bracket. Where to put a bracket and why to put a bracket? Why there is why we need a bracket here? Verb would have learned in school days. Bod moss. All your formula, not only in Excel, mathematical formulas and function will work as per the BOD-MAS theory. What is BOD? B stands for bracket. O stands for of the to the power of a square b cube. D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, S for subtraction. As per BOD-MAS theory, I have 2 operators here. One is division, second one is subtraction. So as per BOD-MAS theory, first it will divide, second it will subtract. First the division will happen because D comes first, the last is subtraction. First it will divide, then it will subtract. So what we are going to do is we will put a bracket here. For this I will put a bracket. For this, I will put a bracket. So first what as per BOD-MAS theory, first what will happen is first the bracket. So inside a bracket we have subtraction. So first subtraction, then division. So let us go before that here quantity, and I'll open a bracket. And after the planned quantity, close a bracket. So here quantity actual minus plan divided by plan. So if you want to use multiple operators, go for the custom columns. Okay. Yes. So we got the column where we can see the variance is displayed. But unfortunately, I don't want the variance like this, positive or negative, because it's 0.01. I want to convert this into a percentage format. Could you tell me how can I convert this into percentage? I believe we have divided it. It should be 0 point something percentage here. One is by default Power Query should find it or detect the data type. 90% Power Query should find it. Unfortunately, Power Query is not finding. So we can give second chance to Power Query. Go to transform and we can say detect data type. But still Power Query is not converting it properly. So now we can take a step here. We can come inside and we will manually forcefully change it. How do we manually forcefully change it is left hand side. This is the first time, I think we have discussed this several times, but first time we are going to use this. Click here, percentage. It will ask you to replace. Yes, no problem, replace. It is asking that number will be replaced with the percentage. That's okay. So percentage, you can see it says replace. Yes, it has to be replaced. Say okay. So where the number is turned into a percentage, 1.13. So we are almost near the target, 1.13 lesser than our target. Second one is 23.72, more than the target, above the target. Click here on the left hand side, you can see there is an option. Or if you feel this is very tougher, there is one more option also available. Go to the home tab. Above the detect data type, there is a data type. Here also you can select it. Here also you can select your data type. If you feel very tough to select here, you can go here and you can select the data type also. Second method, whichever is easier. Let us see about a logical function next. Okay. Now, let us create one more logical function, conditional formula. For example, based on the region wise, I have some region, zone, west zone, north zone, east zone. There are some zones. Let me check how many zones are there. When you click on filter, I think we have east, north, south, west. 4 zones are there. So zone wise, I am going to give some different costs. Suppose logistic cost. Each zone, the logistic cost may vary. When I go to the south zone, my logistic cost is different. When I am traveling and when I am giving something into east, it will be different. North, it will be different. West, it will be different. So based on the zone wise, my cost is going to be changing here, not a fixed cost. Fixed cost means very simply you can just say a fixed cost. But we are going to use based on the region wise. Which in Excel we'll use the function. Any idea if what is the function we'll use it in Excel? If there is a south region, I want a different result. If there is a north region, I want a different result. We'll use if function. Same thing, let us try to do it in Power Query. Add column. Go to add column. Conditional column. So click on add column. Conditional column. Under conditional column, what is the name of the column? For example, I'll say logistic. Logistic costs. Logistic amount or anything. Logistic amount. And you can see in Excel we have to say equal to if that select, but here if is already written by Power Query, what we have to do based on which column? Click, select the column here. The column name is zone. automatically the operator is applied, equal, greater than, less than, between, anything, the operator is applied, equal to, if the zone is equal to what? That is south. It's case sensitive and capital letter, small letter, spelling should be correct. But suppose I want to compare one column with another column. Here I am typing the value. For example, I want to compare actual versus planned. Target with actual means you can see there is an option available. When I click here, select a column. Suppose I want to compare this column with another column. So you can do that. We'll explore that in next session. But as of now, I am not going to compare with the column. I want to compare with the value. If zone is south, wherever the zone name is south, let us say the output is something like 1000. Wherever my zone is south, I want the 1000 as an output. Add clause. Zone, second condition. Zone is equal to west. Wherever my zone is west, so let us say something as 2000. I don't know whether you know it in Excel, you have to say if, open bracket, select the cell, equal to, you have to put a double quotes, you have to put a comma, so many things has to be done, close bracket, so many things. But here, we are just using the wizard, we are just selecting it and typing it.
But here everything
Case sensitive, spelling also. In Excel also, it's, spelling should be correct. Case sensitive is okay, spelling should be correct. But here it's case sensitive, yes. Zone is east, something, 2500. Add class, zone is north, then 3000, something. South zone, I want 1000, north, west zone, I want 2000, east zone, I want 2500, north zone, I want 3000. If nothing is there, suppose there is a null, there is a empty, there is some other means, actually this is not required, but still you can do that. 0. So none of the zone is satisfied, then I can say 0. So equivalent to using 4 ifs in Excel. In Excel you have to write 4 ifs, 4 open bracket, 4 close bracket, comma, double quotes, so many things in Excel, but it's not required here. That's it. Okay. Yes. Wherever we have the zone name as south, you will get 1000. Based on the zone names, you can see the cost is varying here. Here also, I believe a Power Query has not detected my data type properly because it says ABC and 1, 2, 3, which is not right. When I go to Power BI and create a report, you will not get the right report. This has to be converted into number. So go to transform, go to detect data type. Yes. So please try to detect it before loading it, please, or you can do it at the last. Before loading, you can detect the data type at the last also. After adding many columns, detect the data type at the last. Okay. Now, so how can I check my formula? You can see on the right hand side, there is an available. Click on the additional conditional column. Click here and you can see your formulas are available. Yes. Now, I want you to try. This can be checked with a numerical. This can be checked with alpha. Now we are checked with alphabet. You can check with the numerical values also. For example, I want you to create a column. The name of the column, let us say the name of the column is target. Whether the target is achieved or not. What I want you to do is I want to check if year quantity, if the year quantity is greater than planned year quantity. If the year quantity is greater than planned year quantity, then it should display the value as yes. Otherwise, it should display the value as no. Can you try this? You try this. I think it's very simple, very easy. Greater than or equal to also. I missed that equal to, you can type equal to. Greater than or equal. If the year quantity is greater than or equal to planned year quantity, then it should display yes, otherwise it should display no. Please try. You can do it easily. Done? Yes. Okay. Very good. Excellent. The 3 or 4 day session, I will give a task, I will give the scores. Based on the scores, top 5 will be selected, you will get a certification. But since it's a 2 day session, only practice. Okay, I'm trying. Go to add column, conditional column. Sorry, I made a mistake. What is the mistake I made here? No, you have to place your cursor at the last step. Go to add column, conditional column. What's the name of the column? The column name can be target, question mark, whether we have achieved the target or not. If column name is year quantity, and I'm saying greater than or equal to, how do we select that column? I want to check with the planned year quantity. How do we check with the planned year quantity? Click on the arrow mark and go to select column. So there is a drop down here. Now select the planned year quantity. If year quantity is more, if the actual is more than the plan, if the actual is more than the plan, then we are going to say yes.
More than or equal to?
No, I said equal to also. Greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to means yes, otherwise no. That's it. Very simple. Okay. So if you have achieved our target, you will get yes. If you have not achieved our target, it will say no. So to be opened, wherever the variance percentage is negative, you will get no. When the variance percentage is negative, you will get no here. If it is positive, you will get yes. So like this, you can compare with the 2 columns also. Yes. I hope we have discussed all the important function which we use it in Excel. We can do it in Power Query itself. Now tell me, what except sum ifs, count ifs, that can be sum ifs and count ifs is reporting. Sum of total amount by region, that can be done only in Power BI and Excel. That's for reporting purpose. Summarizing, counting, that can be done, count if that can be done only in Excel and Power BI. Other than that, tell me what are all the other formulas or function you will use it more frequently in Excel. We'll try to do it in whether it's possible in Power BI, and I will try whether that can be done in Power Query itself. Any other formulas, functions you will struggle in Excel? We'll see how to solve it in Power Query itself. Splitting we did, merging we did, lookup we did, if function, rounding, addition, multiplication, division. So almost all the important things. What are all the other things you use more frequently in Excel? Yes. Any other, about date, we will park the date function because there is no column of date. So probably date maybe in the next session we'll see. Date means adding 2 dates, finding the difference between the dates, aging, start date, end date, find the difference in date, month, year, even timing also, start time, end time. I can find the number of hours. That's probably we'll see it in the afternoon session because this data doesn't contain any data. That's why I'm not doing it now. The date will see in the app. Any other things? Left to right between. Left to right. I think thus we have discussed it, but still. For example, as he has indicated, let me take this part name. So I want left to 3 digits, or right I want 4 digits, or part number I want to extract something. Select the column. Whether you want to extract it here, I want to extract it in some other area. Go to add column. I want to extract it in some other area. Add column, extract. First, last. First is equivalent to left. Last is equivalent to right. Suppose I say first. I want first 3 characters. Only first 3 characters. Just say 3. And say OK. So you can note all the first 3 characters was extracted. All the first 3 characters. That is equivalent to left. So you remove the steps. Same like suppose from the text values. Select this and go to add column, extract, last. Last is equivalent to right. The range is equivalent to mid. What is that is? From the third, extract 4 characters. From the third position, extract, just for an example, range from where, for example, from the second position. So I say from second, I'll type 2 here. From 2, how many characters? That means from A. Pad means from A. Break means from R. How many characters you want to extract? Suppose I want to extract 4 characters. From A, it will extract 4. From which position to which position? This is called as mid. We'll use mid for this in Excel. Yes. After this, from that. So like this. This is extracting left, right, and mid. Any other? Now suppose I want to prefix or suffix something. Let us take this part number. Before part number, I want your company name or company abbreviation or something to be prefixed before it. Prefix. Suppose part number, before part number, I want Daimler, DICV or DI, something to be prefixed before that part number, before the part number. Select it and go to add, or I want to prefix it here itself, not in some other. So what I can do? Transform. Transform. Under transform, you can see format, where I can see lowercase, uppercase. I want to convert everything into capital letter, small letter, first letter, capital letter, trimming. What is meant by trimming? Trimming means cleaning up the unwanted spaces. Cleaning is junked character. Sometimes you will get some junked characters. If you want junked character, that has to be cleaned up. Trimming is space. Remove the unwanted spaces, trimming. Junked characters means cleaning. Add prefix or suffix. For example, I will add a prefix. What is a prefix? For example, before the part number, I want something like the DICV hyphen. Before the every part number, I want DICV to be prefixed. I think based on this part number only, we found the name. Will it get disturbed? No. That's the power of this Power Query. So we have already written based on the part number only, I got the name, rate and unit of measures earlier. But now I am adding it, whether my VLOOKUP will get or expanded merge query will get disturbed. No, not at all. Because that expanded column is already did there. It is in a hierarchy. Now we are changing it. But suppose if you change the DSCV before expanding the query, then there will be a problem. Here, no problem. Say OK. Yes. So the DICV hyphen is prefixed before the part number. Like this, you can separate it, you can add it, you can prefix, you can suffix, uppercase, lowercase, proper case. So most of your formulas, you can do it in Power Query itself. Even this is impossible in Excel. We cannot add an extra column in the same area, right? You can do it in some other. This is we can use concatenator and we can bring it in some other column, not in the same column, which is not possible in Excel. Functions, there is no, you have to use only the menu. We are not typing the functions, so no such. Whenever there is a, you can see the prefix, suffix will be in text. Addition subtraction will be under number. And date function will be under date. That's how you can
But
explore.
we don't have such option like we have.
Normally, I'll use the word as of now. So, as of now, it's not there. Because they may do it in the next upcoming versions. Write it to Microsoft. I tell you how to write it to Microsoft also. If you are giving valid input, they will pay you also. You will get paid. I will tell you how to do that. If I am giving some input, they will say thank you, that's all. Since I am a Microsoft certified person, they will send a mail, thank you for your input. We will try to do it. But when you are doing it, when you are giving some input, you may get some monetary benefit also. So just write it to Microsoft. I will tell you how to write it to Microsoft. Okay, any other things? Ah,
So if I am having a case of like part numbers and I have 4 variant of models, so I want to multiply each one of them. It's like a bomb. So like some will have zeros in that. Zeros, some will have twos. So I have to multiply and arrive at each vehicle what is the cost, something like that.
that is reporting, right?
Yeah.
Vehicle wise, what is the sum of cost? You are saying vehicle wise, what is the sum of cost? That we can do it in reporting, not here. You cannot do it here. That is summarizing table and matrix. Today we are going to explore the table and matrix. Yesterday we didn't do that. Today we will do that. What you are saying is equivalent to report. Sum if. So that we will do it today. Any other things in Power Query? I will, after this, I will tell you whatever we did it from today morning. We'll see how to do it in Excel itself. Okay. So before that, let me load this data. But I'm not going to load it now. Could you tell me why I'm saying I'm not going to load it? I want to do some steps before loading. What to be done before loading it? Can I close and apply is loaded? So can I load it now? But I'm saying one step is pending before loading. Which step? Data type is correct. No, I have checked all the data type. Or check it again. I think almost all are correct. This is 1, 2, 3. This is ABC. That is correct. This is 1, 2, 3 percentage tax value. Everything is a number format. I think it's a data type is correct. But one more step is pending. Correct. Then we combined it. So what has to be done? Unwanted. Unwanted table. Yes, very good. So this table is not required to be loaded. Correct. Whatever the mapping column, we got it in the sales distribution table. Why to load this part master? We cannot delete it also because based on that we got an output. So can you tell me how can I switch off this loading for part master? Right click on the part master and go for uncheck that enable. Superb. Now home tab, close and apply. Now home tab, let us click on close. Which one? Because you are already loaded into BI. So what it thinks is you are already loaded, you would have created some report based on this table. It says that report will get deleted. Say okay, we didn't create any report. So we can say okay, it's giving a warning. It's not a error, it's giving a warning. Based on that, you may have created a report. It's thinking that you may have created a report. But you can say yes now. So now close and apply. Yes, only one table, that's a sales distribution table, would have been loaded here. Yes. Even though it says the 2 table is loading, but you can see only one table will get loaded. Correct. Yes. Right. But what is the purpose and why to load it unwantedly? You can do it. If you want it, you can do it. Here I don't want it, that's why I'm not doing it. We will work on with multiple files next. That's our next chapter. So let me save this file for my future reference. File, save as. So browse and I'll give some name for it. I think it's 05. This is my 05 parts sales tracker. Before going to the next part of this Power BI, let us take this. I want to do, someone has asked in the morning, and most of you are eager to know this. How can I do this in Excel? For example, let me take this. This orders, I have 4 files or 5 files in orders. I want to combine and I want to make it as one file, which we did it in Power Query, Power BI. So I want to combine all the 4 files and I want to make it as one file in Excel. Or I want to write this VLOOKUP, what we did now. VLOOKUP in Excel. If function in Excel. Conditional formula, everything in Excel. Can I do it in Excel? Of course. So let me open an Excel file. Anyway, it's a Power BI session, but still I'm saying some tips in Excel. So let me open a blank Excel file. Let us take this consolidation. Just an example, I'm taking this consolidation. I want to consolidate all the 5 files and I want to make one file. Orders 2021, 2022, 23, 24, 25. And I want to create a report in Excel also. So, data. I have opened Excel now. I opened a plain blank Excel. Go to data. Same thing. Get data. After this, you can explain me. From file, then folder. Very good. So it will ask where is your folder location. Let me select that folder location. 03 orders is my folder. That's all. Until this, it's a new one. After this, click on open. We already know this. We did it today morning. This is Power Query. This is Power Query, which we did it today morning in Power BI Power Query. But now we are doing the same thing in Excel. Actually, as I told, original sources, it's from Excel to Power BI. Excel is original actually. So, transform data. It goes to Power Query. Then, what could be my next step? How can I combine all the sheets together into all the files together into one file? So, I want to combine all the files into one file. So, either you can click here on the combine file, or you can go to the home tab and you can go to combine files. There is a combine file available here, or you can click on the double arrow here. So I click on double arrow, it's evaluating and it will show you the same thing, no difference here. It's literally same thing. Say OK, skip without skip file with error, don't select it. And I say OK. It as it is, it will work as it is how we did it in Power BI, Power Query. Same thing, you can see whatever we did in the today morning or now, transform data, adding, extracting, statistics, go to add column, custom column, conditional column, format, everything is literally same. You can see that same in color, same this source, everything is as it is.
If I have an Excel license, why I need Power BI?
You cannot create a drill down and other features, right? Reporting is better there. Interaction is very better there. So that much of report you cannot do it in Excel. Okay. If Excel you can create a normal chart. But yesterday we did drill down. Click on Excel, it's filtering, it's publishing online. We have a workspace. We cannot do it in Excel. Excel a chart can be displayed and chart can be seen. And it can be much richer also. We have created a parameter, we have created small multiples, which is not possible.
Same, I have a dump file for multiple countries of 10 to
Splitting.
Splitting Excel file.
That's not this process, it's some other process.
Is it possible in BI? I hear a person is doing BI.
EA splitting. Excel itself you can split. Excel there is an option of splitting. I will tell you in the next part. Not
Or any video link or something is there, I can.
if time permits today itself I will tell you. Now after doing this, go to home tab, go to close and load. Now normally close and load, where it will be loaded is, it will be loaded into BI. Now it will be loaded into Excel. You can load as a table, you can load as a pivot table, or you can have the data here and create a report in Excel. Anything is possible. Close and load to Whether based on the table you want to make a pivot table or pivot chart or only the connection. Connection means the data will be there in Power Query. You can create a report in Excel. You can do anything. Let us put a table. I'll put a table now. Yes. Now you can see all the 4 files has been combined and we got it in Excel here. All the 4 files 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, everything has been combined. We got it in Excel itself here. Not in BI, we got it in Excel. After this reporting is, you know that insert pivot, insert chart, that you can do it in Excel. Okay. Anyway, if you come for advanced level of Excel, second level of Excel, this we will be teaching it for more than one day. What all the other things can be done in Power BI, Excel. Done? Clear? Any questions, doubts, queries? Because after this, we are not going to come to Power Query. Only one thing we are going to come to Power Query is finding the date functions. We are not going to come back to Power Query other than the date functions. So, any questions, doubts, queries on Power Query? Because next session we are going to jump into which one? Go to Power Query and do it. How do we go to Power Query? 2 methods. Right click here, then edit. Right click here, edit, double click, right click on that sheet name here. This is what we have combined. Right click and go to edit, or double click on this. It goes to Power Query. You know how to rename it in Power Query. Double click and rename it. And what we do.
To publish if I have the license.
This file, save this file and get this data. But why to, there is an option of transforming there itself. Why to transform it in Excel and put it into Power BI? And one small advantage in Excel is, we have a scheduled refresh. But Power BI, scheduling the refresh, you should get Power BI gateway, since we are publishing it in online, because our data goes to someone else in online. But Excel, we have an advantage. You can see on the right hand side, this is the combined sheet. Right click on it and there is an option called as properties. Right click on this and go to properties. Under properties, you can see there is an option refresh every. So I can schedule it every 60 seconds, 60 minutes. Your data will get refreshed every 60 minutes. Or you can increase and decrease it also. This is another advantage of using Excel Power Query. Excel Power Query. Right click on the table which we have exported just now. Right click on it and go to properties. Go to properties where I can see refresh every. Enable refresh every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 16 minutes based on your data frequency. Data are downloaded every 1 hour, every 2 hours, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. It will get refreshed automatically. Okay. Yes. After this, we are going to step into the next level. Measures, DAX, other visuals. So any other, as I told, we are not going to come back to Power Query further. Only for transforming, only for cleaning up, we are going to do that. We are not going to learn new feature after this, except the date. We are not going to learn any new features. So any questions, doubts on the Power Query now, as of now? No? Clear? Shall we move on? Superb. So let me close this. The last file. Let me open the last and final one in this. The whole afternoon today, from now, we are going to explore this file. 06 business transaction. There is a file called as 06 business transaction, where I can see 8 or 9 sheet. Sorry, there is a small mistake. Unfortunately, last batch we did it. We didn't remove that. The same file, they have shared it. So there is one more copy of the invoice transaction. Last session I told them how to take a copy and how to do that. So please do delete this invoice trans. We did some calculation last session. Someone asked to teach XLOOKUP. I taught XLOOKUP in the last batch. So the same file they have shared it. So please delete this invoice trans, which is not required. Invoice trans is already there. Please delete it. Right click on this invoice trans too, because I don't want to disturb that. Delete that. So delete that invoice trans. Other than the invoice trans, you can have all the other files. Save it. There are some sheets: invoice trans, payment record, customer info, geographic data, region details, product master, product category, employee master. So we have 8 or 9 sheets. Here is a challenge. All the 9 sheets are non-identical. All the 9 sheets are not identical, non-identical, different columns between the sheet. But there are some common columns between the sheets. For example, between the invoice and invoice trans, we may have a common column. Could you tell me what is a common column between it? Invoice number. So like this, there may be some common column between the tables. So how many VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP I can write it here? Or how many merge queries we can do it here? Last session, if there is a common column, we have written a merge query and we got the name, rate and unit of measures. For example, from invoice number, we have the customer ID. I want to know the customer name here. So to bring the customer name, we have to either write a VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, or you have to use the merge query, which we did in the last session. So for this, I want to write a merge query. Invoice trans. I have product ID. I want to know the product name. I have to use another merge query. Payment record, another merge query. How many merge queries we will write? Which is very complicated. So this is very powerful. This is what probably you will be doing in our upcoming features. So when you download the data from SAP, ERP, Oracle or some other source, you may have multiple files, multiple sheets like this, identical, but there may be some common problems. So how do we connect all the 9 or 10 tables and how we are going to create a report? This is the power of using this Power BI, not Power Query, BI. Now Power BI is going to help us. If you are doing other than the Power BI, you have to manually create a relationship between each table. But Power Query takes care of everything. If the columns are same, for example, here the customer ID, if the same customer ID is available in the info table, if the columns are similar, the data are similar, Power Query will take care of it. This is the power of this Power Query. First, let us import this data to Power BI. Before importing, as I told, please delete that invoice trans 2. There is one extra sheet available. Please delete it. I think we have already deleted it. Let me save this. Control S, Control W. I am closing this file. Let me go with Power BI. So I open Power BI now. So Power BI desktop. So I have opened a Power BI desktop, Excel workbook. Power BI desktop is selected the Excel workbook. And we are selecting all the 9, let me select that 06 business transaction. 06 business transaction. Then how do we select all the 9 sheets? What is the easiest or simplest method to select all the 9 sheets? Shift up. But where to hold it and press the shift key? Don't go to the left hand side. You have to go to somewhere else. Middle. Hold the shift key and select the last. All the 9 or 10 sheets will get selected. So we are getting selected first to last. Then we have to go for transform. This, I think you would have been well versed on this, because from yesterday we have used more than 4 or 5 times on this. I think it's a 6th file, so we used this for 6 times from yesterday. Now let us transform it one by one. Let me start from the first table, customer info. Tell me whether my customer info is clean here. Can I load this, or any problem in this customer info table? Yes. Is it perfect? Can I go to the next one? Data type is a problem. Where?
Mobile.
What's the problem in mobile? That's okay because its 0 is prefixed and space is there. Are we going to do any calculation with the mobile number, addition or multiplication? Not at all. So it's not required. Actually, to be open, mobile number it's not required for my reporting itself. Are we going to use a mobile number for reporting? Are we going to use the email ID for reporting? I think yesterday itself I told you this. So some unwanted columns you can remove it. So the mobile number and email ID is not required for my reporting purpose. Better to remove it. Could you tell me how can I remove that mobile number and email ID from this table? What's the best method to do that? Choose column. Very good. Go to choose column. Home table. Home tab. Go to choose column. And under choose column, let me uncheck that email ID. Let me uncheck the mobile number. So unwanted column. Don't remove that location ID because location ID would have been related to some other table. That ID will have a relationship with some other table. So don't remove that IDs. Wherever you find something like ID, don't remove it. Say OK. So customer table, I removed the email ID, I removed that mobile number. That's your wish. Just for the files, saving the file size. That's why I removed it. You can load it if you want. It doesn't throw an error. Just for our thing, I am removing it. Employee master. Is there any problem in the employee master? I think there is a problem.
At the last, notes and
Yeah. Notes and photo path is not required. Empty rows. There is empty in notes and photo path, which is not required for us. So let us remove that. Choose columns. Remove the notes and photo path. Birthday and hire date is required to find out the age. That's what I told you. We will use the date function in this exercise. How to find out the age and how to find the experience. For that we will use the date. So birth date and hire date may be required. So let me select this. Okay. So customer info we have removed 2 columns. Employee master also we have removed 2 columns. Geographic data, no problem. I think it's clean. Invoice, clean. Invoice trans, clean. Payment record, there is a problem. 4 to 6 is empty. 4, 5, 6 is empty. Choose column. Uncheck 4, uncheck 5, uncheck 6. Payment record, we have removed the unwanted columns. Product category, I believe it's clean. Product master, clean. Region details, clean. Okay. I believe we had a problem in remove country. Why? All are from India. Assume that tomorrow if I am adding some new thing, it may be required. So better to have it tomorrow. Futuristic. Or if you don't want, you can remove it. That's your wish. So what are all the things we did it is, I think in customer info, I have removed 2 unwanted columns. Employee master also 2 unwanted columns. One more is payment record. Payment record, empty unwanted columns. I think we had a problem only in these 3 tables. The 3 tables, we had some issues, we have removed it. Actually, customer info, we didn't have an issue. Unwanted columns, we have removed it. That's not a problem. But to save your file size, we have removed it. That's all. Yes? Can I load it? Everyone? Can I load this or you want me to wait? Everyone has did the transformation? Because after loading, you will see a very big change would have happened. I hope everyone has correctly selected all the columns. See whether you have 9 tables and a customer info, you have these columns. Employee master, you have these columns. Please check with that before loading. Anyway, no worries. If there is a problem, you can come back to Power Query at any time and you can transform it also. But better now we will check this. Everything I am checking it one by one. So I hope everyone is the same area. Now we are going to close and apply this. That's all in Power Query. That's all about Power Query. We are not going to merge it. We are not going to append it. We are not going to combine it. All the data, maybe all the 9 sheets, we are not doing anything. Only the unwanted columns and the other things we have removed it. Now we are going to load this to BI. Close and apply. Any problem? Close and apply. Now very fastly you would have noticed while applying, in a span of second you will get some message detecting relationship. You can see very fastly synchronizing schema and it's loading the data. You will get some message. In that message now you will note that very fastly there is a message very fastly within span of second. You can see here detecting relation. It has given some message that detecting relationship. It has detected the relationship between this 9 or 10 tables or 10 sheets. It has detected. It has automatically connected all the 9 or 10 tables. If it is not connected, 99.99% it will connect it. Very rarely, if there is a mistake, spelling mistake or typo error, then it will not connect. If it is not connecting, no worries, we will connect it. First, let us check whether Power BI has connected all the 9 or 10 tables. How can I check this? For the first time, we are going to move to this third view, model view. This third view available here, model view. On the left hand side, the third one, model view. So let me click on this model view. When I click on the model view, I can see 3 or 4 tables. So due to my screen size, I am not able to see all that 9 or 10 tables. So time being, I am just collapsing this properties because this property is not required as of now. I am time being collapsing it. Still, I am not able to see all the 9 or 10 tables. So let me reduce this percentage, zoom out. I'm reducing the zoom out here, reduce it. So now I believe all the tables are displayed. Most of the table would have been connected. If a table is not connected, no worries, we'll connect it. We can move and we can bring the table wherever you wish or you want. You can see as like a spider web, almost all the tables are connected here. Okay. How do I know my table is connected and employee master is not connected? No worries, we'll connect it. Before that, we should understand how it is connected. For example, let me take that invoice trans and product master. You can see that invoice trans and product master, there is an arrow mark appearing, indicate that these 2 tables are connected. Based on which these 2 tables is connected, I want to verify that. Very simple. Click on the arrow mark, just click on that arrow here. When you click on the arrow, it shows these 2 tables are connected based on the product ID, product ID. So we have product ID in invoice trans, we have product ID in product master, that 2 is connected. So automatically Power BI is connected. If you are using other than Power BI, you have to manually connect this. 9 tables, 10 tables, 100 tables, you have to manually connect it. But Power Query has solved our purpose. It automatically connected. But why it is showing like 1 and asterisk? What is that 1 and asterisk? One product, we made many invoices. 1 to many. In olden days, we have to find it manually. Whether it's 1 to many, many to 1. But now that also taken care by Power BI. 1 to 1 product, we have many invoices. But when I see from here, many to 1. Many invoices for 1 product. Both are same. Both are same. So like this, all the tables are connected. 1 table is not connected, we will connect it. Now for example, just for example, I want to know region wise, region name wise, how many invoices? Region name wise, how many invoices? There is no relationship between that region name and that invoice here. I want to count the invoice number, South region, North region. Each region I want to count how many invoices. But this region is connected. Region details is connected with geographic data. Geographic data is connected with this customer info. customer info is connected with invoice. No problem. We can create a report. Even though it's indirectly connected. I can find region wise what is the count of invoice number. So very easily you can find it if it is connected directly and indirectly also. That's the power of using this Power BI. Like this, anything, if it is connected, you can create any sorts of reports. Imagine if you are not connected, how many lookups we have to write, how many merge query we have to write here. Here nothing is required. Just a connection, we can create a reports. But why this employee table is not connected? There may be, I think this is very rare occurrences. This will never happen on your source data, on your database, your company database. This should never happen because 100%, all your data will have the same column headings. It will be connected. But why there is a problem? Here I think the employee ID in some table, this employee ID, there may be some misspelled, spelling mistake or a typo error. They would have given a different column name. Could you tell me which table has this employee ID, whether the column name is misspelled or there is some typo error, there is some mistake in this table. Which table has that employee ID? In some other table? Invoice table. Yes. In invoice table, we can see EMP ID. That's a problem. So here we have EMP ID, here we have employee ID. There is a small mistake in the column names. You can change the column name in Power Query, it will automatically get connected. Or else we can create a connection here, no problem. Manually also we can create a connection. How do we create a connection? I will bring both the table very near so that the connection will be easier for me. I am dragging and I am dropping that employee master table next to the invoice table so that it's easier for me to connect. There are two methods of connecting. First method, I want to connect this employee ID with this employee ID. Or reverse also, EMP ID with the employee ID, employee ID with EM ID. Both are same. So what we do, drag this EMP ID, click and drag and drop it to employee ID here. What will happen if I drop it to employee name? It will throw an error. Not at all. It will create a connection, but no worries. We have one more chance. It will give you second chance because using the mouse, sometimes we may not select the correct column sometimes. So now assume that I have selected the right column, employee ID to employee ID. But if you have not selected the right column, after dragging and dropping, it will open one more window and it is giving a second chance for us. So if you have not selected the employee ID and employee ID, unknowingly you selected the employee name here, no problem, you can come and select it here. Yes, now many to one. Many invoices has been made by one employee. Cross filter, single or multiple. When I filter it here, it will filter only in this table. When I filter, both the table has to be filtered. So then we can say multiple filter. Don't worry, this will be taken care by slicer. So you can select single or you can select both. That's up to you. This relationship should be active. Yes, it should be active. If we remove it, it would have been deactivated. So let us click on save. That's it. So these two tables are connected. These two tables are related. This is one method. I will tell you one more method, second method. Okay, second method. I think this is easier and comfortable, but if you are not satisfied, if you are not comfortable with this method, let me delete it and recreate it. I right click on that arrow mark and go for delete. Right click on the arrow mark and I go for delete because I want to know another method to create a relationship. Right click and deleted. I have deleted the relationship. Second method, which is equivalent to the merge query. We already did this in the last session. Extension of the merge query. Go to Home tab. After coming to the data model, go to Home tab. Under Home tab, Manage Relationship. Go to Home tab, Manage Relationship. New relationship. New relationship. From table. Which table? Employee master. And which table has to be connected? Invoice. And which two columns? Employee ID, employee ID. Save. That's all. This is the second method to create a relationship. First method is dragging and dropping. Second method is manage relationship, new relationship. Which two tables has to be connected, which two column has to be connected. Even merge query also we did the same thing. Which two tables, which two columns you want to merge it. Same like here.
Sir, in
Both are same. Both are same. If I see from here, it's one to many. If I see from here, it's many to one. Suppose here I selected employee master. So one employee has made many invoices. Suppose I do it in the reverse. Here I select the invoice. And here I select the employee master. For example, I'll do it in the reverse. New relationship. First I select invoice. Then I select the employee master. Now employee ID, employee ID. It will say many to one.
what is 1 to 1?
Many to many will never happen. There is no many to many. Very rarely it will happen. I think nowadays many to many means that's not a right database. So one product, the product will be, suppose employee number will be repeated many times in invoice. Employee number will be repeated many times in table, which is impossible. Number cannot be repeated many times in employee master table. Same employee number will not have a repetition, right? That is very rare. So many to many will not happen. Never. It will never happen. Olden days they have created, never happen. 1 to 1 means 1 to 1. One here in this table also it appears 1. That table also it appears 1. I think in industry it's very lesser. Maybe when you go to the colleges, one person can take only one course at a time. So one course ID, one time. So 1 to 1. Don't worry, that is taken care of. In olden days, we have to take care of it. Now Power Query takes care of it. We don't. It automatically changes your cardinality. Many to many will never happen nowadays. If it is happening, then that's not a right database. Save. And please, everyone, please check. You all have this relationship. How many relationships should be there? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should get 8 relationship. Please check whether everyone is having 8 relationship like this. Then only we can create all the reports. If it is not there, please create a relationship. Customer info is connected with geographic data with region, invoice with customer info, invoice to employee master, invoice trans, product master, payment mode, payment record, invoice, product master, product categories. 8 relationship. Check whether all are getting 8 relationship. If you are getting lesser than this, then create a relationship. If you are not getting, because we are going to create a report after this. Then you will not get the right report. It may throw some error. 8 relationship. Done? Very good. Now, unfortunately, we didn't save the file. Let me save this. Close. I will come back to the report view. So click on the first one, report view. Let me save this file. File, save as, browse, 06, business transaction. We have to start with the DAX and measures next. How do we insert a title? Normally, how do we insert a title is we'll go to the insert and we'll click on the text box and we'll insert a title. There is one more method for inserting a title. One more method. I want a different method. Maybe I want to give some background color and formatting. Just not a plain text. I want to do some background formatting. So go to insert. Instead of text box, you can insert some shapes. Insert shape. What shape you want? Rectangle, rounded rectangle. There are various shapes. You can select any shape as per your wish. I will go with maybe oval shape, or I'll go with this pill. In this basic shape, I selected the second shape, pill. Click this second shape. You can select anything. And I increase or I decrease the height and increase the width. So I decrease the height and increase the width. Go to format shape, select the shape, go to format shape, style, go to format shape, style, fill. Fill means if you want this color, you can have this color. If you don't want this color, you can fill as per your company template. You can give any color. So I'll go with some dark blue. Okay. Then texts. So shape, go to the format shape, style, fill the color, then switch on the text. Switch on the text and increase the font size. It's 10 is very small. Let us say the font size is 24 and I type something inside it. What is this? Is business transactions dashboard. So you can give your own title like this. So let me increase the width. There's another method for inserting the title. One more method is plain text box. Second method is some shapes. Some shapes. Your wish. You can use any shapes. Okay? For the first time, we are going to use some formulas and functions. Before that, what is the purpose of formulas and functions and what is the advantage of DAX and measures we are going to learn now. Let us take a table. There are so many tables available. Customer table, employee, geographic data and invoice trans. Let me go to the table called as invoice trans. Let me the table invoice trans. In invoice trans, we have 4 columns. Invoice number, product ID, quantity. Now we are going to multiply. I want to know what is my total revenue. I want to find out the revenue. How can I find out the revenue is you have to multiply the cost with quantity. So I want to multiply the cost with quantity, so I will get a revenue here. And I can put this revenue in a visual. Could you tell me how can I multiply that invoice cost into quantity here? How do we do it or where do we do this? Last session, even the same, literally like a same example, we did one thing, quantity into rate. We have multiplied, we got the total sales. Where we did it? Power Query. Very good. Let me go to Power. I have 9 sheets. So straight away, I want to go to the Power Query of this invoice trans. You can go to Home tab and you can go to Transform. But the problem is it will go to Power Query. There are 9 sheets. For example, when I click on Transform, there are 9 sheets. One, and I have to specifically select that invoice trans sheet. But instead of doing it, straight away, I want to go to the Power Query of this invoice trans. How can I do that? Right click on this invoice trans and then go to Edit Query. So that it straight away goes to the Power Query of that invoice trans. It straight away landed here. So that's easier. That's easier here. So otherwise you have to go to Transform and you have to select this table once again. Now tell me, I want to bring the revenue here, quantity into invoice cost. You have to tell me how to do this. Custom column. I think just you can add it, sir. Custom column, when you have multiple operators, you can go for custom. Here I want to multiply 2 columns. We can do it with the add column itself, straight away. Or if you want to do custom column also, your wish. But I think that's not required. Add column, then select quantity, select the invoice cost, then go to standard. Very good. Go to standard, multiply. Super. Standard, multiply. Yes. Now we got the multiplication of quantity into invoice cost and I will give a rename for this. Maybe I will give a name as revenue. This is my revenue column. So this we did it several times today morning. Just now we did it in the afternoon. So we have multiplied the quantity into invoice cost. So now it has created a separate column called as revenue in Power Query. Now close and apply. Home tab, close and apply. Come to Power BI. Could you tell me which is the best visual to display this revenue? I want to display this revenue. So what is the best visual just to display only that revenue? Card. Very good. Before inserting any visual, what could be our first step? Click on blank area. Very good. Then go to build visual. Format your card. Click on this card. Drag this revenue into the field area. I am dragging that revenue into the field area. So it will show you the revenue here. 479.45 millions. That's my total revenue. 479.45 millions. Tell me, I don't want this 479.45 millions. I want the exact value. And I want a comma separator. I want the rupee symbols. I don't like the title. I want to give my own title. Let us do one by one. Go to format. Super. Format. How can I go to where is the display units? Search box. Super. DIS and change it as none. Yes. 47, 94, 51, 090.50. 47 crores, 95 lakhs, 51,090.50. This is my total revenue. So, time being, I am closing this. Other formatting, you do it. Heading, borders, shadow, you try to do that. Or if you want to do it very fastly, I'll do that. Switch off the category label. I don't like the title to be displayed on the bottom. Switch off the category label. Go to general. Title. Switch on the title. And type the title here. Revenue. I'm just typing the title as revenue. Bolder. This is all we did it yesterday. Text color. Background color. I believe you require more of grace. Yes. Center alignment. I'll put the same color. Matching with my title. Or title color you can change also. Just a background color you prefer as per your company template. Blue or grey? Grey. I'll put the grey for this also. Okay. Right. We'll see the next one. Now, we got the revenue here, but actually what we did is, we got this revenue as a separate column. There is a separate column available. It has inserted a separate column. So when I go to your table view and check, or when you go to the Power Query and check, when you go to the table view, and when you go to the invoice trans, there is an extra column called as revenue. This may increase your file size. Here the data is very smaller. Suppose you have lakhs and rows and millions and billions of rows and columns. Then creating an extra column may increase your file size. And this revenue, we are going to use this revenue in multiple visuals. We are going to do that. In the afternoon, we are going to do this. We are going to insert multiple, at least 7 or 8 pages. Each page I may have 10 or 20 or 10 visuals or 5 visuals in each page. So every 5 visuals I am going to use the same revenue. So if you are creating a extra column like this, it may increases your file size and decreases your system speed. So when you are using the same revenue in multiple areas, if you are going to use it in only one area, this is okay. If the data is very small, this is okay. But if data is accumulating, data is too large, I'm going to use this revenue in multiple areas, and I don't recommend you to create a extra column like this. Instead of creating a extra column, we are going to create something called as measure. When you want to go to the next level of Power BI, you have to learn more measures. Start using more measures. I don't know how many of you are used to pivot table. In pivot table, we have something called as calculated field. Have you used it, and what is the purpose? Can you tell me, have you used it? What is the purpose of that calculated field? Any idea? In pivot table, the calculated field, what it will do is you can calculate something without disturbing your source data. Your source data doesn't get disturbed. On a fly, it will create a formula. On a fly, it will create a formula. It will store your formula, you the output in a separate area. We are making output. We are creating a space. In the space, we are storing the output. Whenever you want it, it automatically fetches the data total and displays the total straight away here without disturbing your source data. Same like, I don't want to disturb my source data. I don't want an extra column because it is increasing my file size, decreasing my system speed. Whenever I'm using this revenue in my table, whenever I'm dragging, whenever I open it, it will rotate because the data is too large and I'm going to use it in multiple visuals. Instead, we are going to create a measure. So the measure is equivalent to calculated field in Excel. So there is something called as calculated field. In Excel, similar to that, we are going to use measure in Power BI. In Excel, we will use formulas through FX, but in Power BI, we are going to use the formula through DAX. In Excel, we call it as FX. In Power BI, we call it as DAX. Maybe first time we are going to use some DAX. Maybe now after the break also, we are going to use more of DAX. Okay. What is DAX? DAX is, I think yesterday itself we explored. DAX means data, analysis and expression. Very good. So why I want to use DAX? When you are using measure, you cannot just multiply the quantity into invoice cost. You should use some DAX inside it. Some average. You should have used, just we cannot multiply quantity into unit cost, which will not work in measures. Measure will work if you are using some aggregation like some average, some DAX. From now, please forget that word called as formula and function. In Excel only we call it as formula and function. In Power BI, we should call it as DAX. Gradually use that word called as DAX. So forget that formulas. Okay. So now we are going to create a DAX. So as I told, straight away we cannot multiply the invoice cost into quantity. You have to use some DAX. So there are two types of DAX. You tell me which is the best one. Assume there is quantity and there is cost. Assume I have some value. Quantity is 10, quantity is 20, quantity is something like 30. And I have some cost, 5, 10, 20. Like this I have some cost. So we have a DAX called as sum, which is available in Excel also. When I say sum of quantity into sum of cost, what Power BI will do is, it will find you the sum of quantity. Then it will find you the sum of cost. It will find the sum of quantity and it will find the sum of cost. Then it will multiply it. Equal to quantity into cost. So 2100. This will be the result. Same data. We have one more DAX called as sum X. What this sum X will do is, first it will multiply quantity into cost. First it will multiply. First it will multiply everything. At last it will find you the total. You can tell me what will happen if I multiply and sum it, or sum it and multiply. You should get the same output. But unfortunately you will get a different output. Here it says 2100, but here it says 850. A small data, you can see a drastic change. So tell me which is correct. Sum or sum x?
Some existed.
Sum x is correct. So we have to go with sum x. I don't know whether you know it. In Excel, we have a equivalent formula to sum x. Any idea? What is the formula equivalent to sum x in Excel? We have a function called as sum product. I don't know how many of you have used it in Excel. In Excel, we have something called as sum product. Sum product. Quantity. Sorry. I didn't select it properly. Sum product. Select quantity, comma, select cost. You should get 850. So, this is the best. So, let us do this. Let us create a measure and let us use this sum x in measure and let us see if you are getting the same output in measure. If you are getting the same output in measure, measure is best. Don't create an extra column. Try to use measure. So let us start using it. Let us start a small one. Gradually we'll see the advanced level in the afternoon also. How do we create a measure? Any questions, doubts, queries, stop me, ask me there itself, because measure is very important. When you come to the second level of Power BI, you will be using more measures and DAX. Go to Home tab, New Measure. Go to Home tab. Under Home tab, click on New Measure. Home tab, New Measure. So click on New Measure. First time a formula bar has opened here. First time. What's the name of that measure? And I don't know, unfortunately, fortunately, I have placed the cursor and customer info. My measure is created under customer info. No problem. We can move the measure. Or it can be there also. No problem. It will give you the right output. So let me give a name. This is my total revenue. Don't give the same name as revenue because already there is a column called as revenue. Don't give the same name. It may throw an error. Total revenue. What is the formula? Sum x, open bracket, sum x, open bracket. What is the table name? From which table you want to do the sum x? Invoice trans. Very good. Type that first 2 or 3 letter INV. So automatically that column name is displayed. Table name is displayed. Could you tell me how can I select this table name? Using the mouse means just to click it. Using the keyboard is tab key. Or you can make a click on this. Or you can type it also. INOVICE trans. So instead of typing, I'll select this. Sum x, open bracket. Which table? Select the table or type the first 2 or 3 letter of the table. The table name is displayed. Comma. What do you want to do? I want to multiply the quantity with the cost. Quantity with the cost. So QTY, let me type QTY. Yes. It automatically displays the column name quantity. It automatically displays the column name called as quantity. Now we are going to multiply this quantity with the rate. So let me select the quantity with the invoice cost. Select it rather than typing it. It always prefixed with the table name. Yes. It should be prefixed with the table name because quantity may be in invoice table, quantity may be in purchase table, quantity may be in sales table also. So better it should prefix with the table name. So let me select it, quantity into, multiply it with invoice cost. First time we are writing a DAX. Sum x, open bracket, quantity into invoice cost, close bracket. Enter to accept. So I'm waiting for others to complete. If someone has completed, please insert a card and insert this total revenue into the card and check whether both are giving same output. If both are giving same output, then we are perfect. So I'm waiting for others to complete. Sum x, open bracket, the table name, comma, the column name quantity, multiplied by invoice cost. Can I press enter? I will press enter now. I'm going to press enter to accept it. Now place the cursor on some empty area, insert a card and bring this total revenue into the field area. 79.45 millions. Let us go to format your visual. Display units, make it as none. Literally, it's giving the same output. This is the best method. This will slow down your process. Measure is best. We'll see more about it. It doesn't create an extra column also. Virtually a column was created on the background. It doesn't disturb your system speed. It doesn't increase your file size. It's very faster. It's very simpler. You want to go to the next level of Power BI, you have to start using measures. So any questions, doubts, queries, when you come to the second level of Power BI, we will use more measure. Maybe in the afternoon we'll see another 1 or 2 measures. Not all the measures, 1 or 2 measures.
Sir,
Yes.
so in that customer info, the measures is stated, right?
I can move this to this area also.
No, understood, but
It's virtually a column. If you go to the data and check, there is no column called as total revenue in your backup. Nothing will be there. It's a virtual column. Physically, there is no column called as total revenue. It has calculated and kept your total in some other area. It can be anywhere. Even you can go to the table sheet and check whether in customer info there is a column called as revenue. No. It will not be there. It is virtually calculated on the back. That's the advantage, that's the purpose of it. But then will be there extra column. It is increasing your file size. But this is a virtual. So we'll see how to delete it. We'll see how to add one more visual, one more measure also in the afternoon. Now it's better. This is not required. Why I did this is to know whether my answer is perfect. So my literally it's giving the same output. So this is right. The second one is correct. So I will delete this. First card I am deleting it, and I will delete that column also. This revenue column I am deleting it because that's not required. To know whether both are giving the same output, that's the reason we added it. So let me go to the 3 dot here. So go to the 3 dot next to the revenue, delete from model. Please delete it. Delete from model. It will ask, do you want to delete it? Of course, we have to delete this. Yes. Don't delete that measure. Measure should not be deleted. How do I know that this is a measure? Before that column name or measure name, you can see some calculator symbol is appearing. That means it's a measure.
how to shift it in voice?
We'll see. I will explain that. There's a time constraint. I will explain it. It's very simple, or if you have time, I will explain it now itself. It's very simple. Select this total revenue measure. Click this. As he has told, I want to shift this to the invoice trans itself. It doesn't make any difference. It will give you the same output. But if you want to shift it to the invoice trans, for our understanding, for our convenience, how do we shift this invoice total revenue to the invoice trans table? Select the total revenue. On the top, measure tools. If you are not getting measure tools, that means you didn't select this column properly. Select this, measure tools, home table. In which table this measure tool should reside? Now it's residing in the table called as customer info. Click it and put it into invoice trans. Yes, that will move to the invoice trans table. Will it make any difference on the output? Never, not at all. Because it's a virtual column, it doesn't make any changes to your output. Next we'll see another measures and we'll see other visuals also. Okay. Save your files. We have started just to the next level of Power BI. Please save your files. Any questions, queries, doubt, don't hesitate. Park it. Probably we'll see after our lunch break. Save this. I've saved it. Stop my clock. Start my clock and stop my videos. If you have any challenge,